All right, I think we're live. What's up, guys? Or
Hey,
Guy, Matthew, how's it going, man? Welcome. Wake the kids, phone the neighbors. It's episode 23 of the 1 6 pack. We're back after a couple months of hiatus, I believe. Has it been that long?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like October earlier or something like that.
I just know Tom's hair was shorter and he lives somewhere else.
That's
all
true.
true.
It seems, just from looking at Tom and his environment, it's like Castaway. Like it could be like we've been gone for years. Like Wilson is in the detail from the back there. He's just starting to draw faces on Thanos.
I actually purposely set up my detolfs yesterday just so I didn't get crap for not having like detolfs in the room, but there's nothing in them.
Well, what is the point of that?
Well, yeah, it's a start. I put a figure next to it. I'm like, I'm going to put Ultron in.
Good enough.
Look,
it's good enough. You tried.
Yeah.
You tried. All right, episode 23. We're going to. I am Trevor, 1/6 shooter. TJ at the bottom there, Capes and Rifles. Tom, Iwatu in the Alice position. Brady Bunch. What do we got? We got a lot of stuff coming up. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and we got a big dump of Disney and Star Wars stuff yesterday that we're going to. We weren't going to talk about that, but now we're going to talk about that as it relates to 1/6 and figures that we'd like to see from those. So it's not on here, but we're going to go through the news, doing it a little differently. Usually have these slides all set up and stuff, and it looks really nice, and it takes a hell of a lot of time. So I'm not doing that anymore. We're going to jump on the internet. What's that?
We're going to fly by the seat of our pants.
Exactly, as we really always do anyway. But we're really going to be flying by the seat of our pants. We're going to jump around the web and just look at pictures on the sites, take a look at things that way. So let's get started with the important stuff. And gentlemen, what are you drinking tonight?
Tom, you go first.
Okay. I am finishing off a bottle of wine I opened up yesterday. So it's
wow, straight out of the bottle.
Yep, straight out of the bottle. Well, no, I figured I'd hold the label, but I'm drinking. It's funny because I haven't unpacked any of my wine glasses, so this is actually a beer glass. But I'm like, it's kind of fancy in the way that it can hold wine, and I don't.
It is
really
very fancy.
Yeah, thank you.
What kind of beer glass is that? Is that a Kolsch? What is
yeah, it is definitely I think it's a.
Or no, hyphen.
Some kind of vice of some kind.
Yeah. Yep. Nice.
But this is actually a really good wine. I've had this for years. Aubon Clamat. You probably can't see
white?
It's red. It's Pinot Noir.
Oh, it is red. Okay. Yeah. It looks like a white label.
Pinot Noir. There you go. You can actually see
it. Pinot Noir, man. The best.
Yep.
The best.
Agreed.
The best. You guys got some good stuff out there too, man.
Wine country. Not too far away.
Yeah. Oregon. We went to Oregon a few years ago, and there was some great Pinot Noirs that we tasted. And at the time, and it still may be the case, we couldn't ship them back to New York. Yeah, we were going to buy some, and they're like, "Oh, you're in New York? Yeah, we can't ship to New York." I'm like,
I think they've gotten better about that now.
I think
feel
it's
like
changed.
You can almost ship alcohol anywhere, provided it actually comes from like the winery and not from like you going to UPS by yourself.
Yeah. Yes. With just a big box. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I think it has changed too. But we used to have, up until, I guess it's been a few years now. It's probably been 10, 12 years. We used to, the blue laws, remember TJ? Like you couldn't buy beer before noon on Sunday, which is when you're watching football, it was a big pain in the ass.
I remember that. Like in Connecticut where I grew up, it was like you couldn't even, couldn't sell alcohol before noon and you couldn't buy it after 8 p.m. I think it is what it was when I was growing up.
Dark days, guys.
Yep, and none on the weekend either. Like not even Saturday or Sunday. I think it was like just Monday through Friday.
And
what the hell is wrong with Connecticut?
Dude, I don't know. But that all changed. By the time I got to like college, that all changed.
Yeah. TJ, what do you got?
I am having an Abita Christmas Ale.
Ooh, very nice. Look at you.
Right.
Nice. Now, what makes that a Christmas ale? Does it taste like holly or?
It actually says Christmas on it.
That's why. Okay.
I believed it.
Okay.
I have no idea what's in here.
Okay. What does it taste like?
Like the holidays.
Beer?
I don't really have a good answer.
Okay.
Beer.
Right. Okay.
No,
Good
tell
enough.
us all like the notes. Give us the
Yeah.
full palette breakdown.
So any fruity overtones?
Tastes like your grandmother's fruitcake.
I never. No, we didn't make cakes in the Philippines. It's very Pilsnery, I guess.
Pilsnery. That's not. I would not attribute Pilsner to Christmas whatsoever.
Oh, I do. I do.
Really?
Last year at this time, I was in Prague in like Vienna, and like Christmas season, all I had was just Pilsner at like the Christmas markets. So I will forever associate Christmas and Pilsner.
Okay.
Okay.
It's me.
Did that take over for cider, or cider was never a Christmas thing?
Cider was just the other like days of the month thing.
Gotcha.
The other days of the month.
Yeah. Sleep of Giants says I almost bought some of that Christmas ale, but I couldn't figure out what was in it.
Me
This is always
either.
a good. Yeah. You gotta be a little. You gotta try something a little bit. I bought this because I love it anyway, but I bought it because this is literally what I said yesterday
Perfect.
when I was watching the Disney investor
That is
stream.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a chocolate peanut butter porter, which sounds disgusting. And
No, it sounds
usually I don't.
delicious. What are you talking about?
Nah, but normally I think we've gone down this road because I think I've had
Yeah.
this on the show before. But like I don't normally like chocolate, and peanut, but like flavory porters and stuff. But this stuff is just the right amount. It's
Who
really,
makes it
really
again?
good. This is Duclaw, I believe. Yeah, Duclaw.
No.
All right.
Not Duclaw. Duclaw. Or Ducklaw. I don't know. It could be wrong. I don't know where the accent goes there.
The dew
all
claw
right,
on an
let's-
animal is DEW, right? DEW claw.
That's a dew claw. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But this has has a raised U with a line under it, which I think doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I
grammatically.
think you're absolutely right. I don't think that
think
means anything.
it means anything. But they raise it in order to make you pronounce it a certain way.
We call that design, Trevor. Okay.
Ducklaw. I don't know. It doesn't help me with the
Dew
pronunciation
claw.
of it,
Maybe it's
so-
telling you to raise an octave as you say it. Like dew
Right, right.
claw.
Oh, it's a raised note, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
It's up an octave. Right.
Literally a raised note.
All right. I have a list here, and it's disappeared. Let me bring it up. Okay. I'm gonna try and go to the. We'll see how this is all gonna be new. We're gonna see how this is gonna work with.
It'll be fine. We'll all be fine.
Oh, you know what?
We'll have a great time.
Let's see. We're gonna go to the application window. We're gonna go to Hot Toys themselves, which is a little. This is a weird site, man.
Dude,
This
their
thing
site,
hasn't-
they haven't updated
this
their
hasn't-
site since like the early 2000s. This
that
is
was
how
just what I was gonna
find
say.
out.
Like it hasn't changed. Like this wood grain pattern is back here.
Yeah.
It's very 1970s, at least in America. There's our boy.
I've been to the site often to be like, why is it still like this? Do we
I
not
know.
give them enough of our money to update their website?
You'd think so. You'd think you could hire a decorator for this.
It's going to Howard's mansion.
Yeah, probably. All right, so we got Miles Morales. Now, the problem with doing it this way is I don't have I could go to Sideshow and look this up, but Sideshow's very slow to me. It's a bit slow.
No,
so.
their site has gotten worse.
So if either of you could pull it up and just give us some stats in terms of pricing, and I mean we'll see the accessories that comes with. Obviously comes with these lightning
I'll be
packs. Now
nice
this
guy.
is from the game,
Yeah.
Yes, this is from the new game that just came out.
right? Which I haven't been able to play because I can't find a PS5.
You don't need
Not
a PS5
willing to stand
play it.
outside of GameStop.
You can
for
play it on a
3 hours to go.
PS4 like I did, Trevor.
You
You'll be
can.
fine.
It's really good on a PS.
Yeah, but I don't have a PS4, so
Oh.
I'm not going to go buy the old version if the
I know.
new version's out.
I actually have been joining the queue every day on Sony has been updating their website and dropping like 5 PS5s every day. So I jump into the queue and like within like 30 minutes it just says all PS5s have been sold out for the day. I jump out of the queue. Next day I jump back in the queue.
Is it,
One
is
of
it
these days.
pointless?
Yeah.
I thought I could stop this, but it seems to be just a slideshow. Wow, that looks really cool.
Yeah, he looks good. And they also do say in the description that it's an all new body. It's a smaller body, which at first I actually thought it was going to be the same as the upgraded suit Spider-Man that we have.
Yeah.
Because they do a shot of them swinging side by side and they kind of look the same. But Miles in the game is noticeably smaller because he's younger. And he's kind of also like, scrawnier of a kid. But I was happy to read that they're at least giving it an all new body. So I don't know if that's indicative of in these pictures or what.
Wait a minute. How old is he supposed to be in this?
In high school.
Here?
He's in high school. Peter has been in the game for 8 years at this point in this game. So Peter would have been, I think he was 15 when he got bit, or 16, 15 or 16. So he's in his 20s, and Miles is like 16, I think.
Okay.
But in
I
the
guess
comics,
that's a 16-year-old body. It looks a little older, but I guess it's
no,
thin.
definitely. He looks a little older in the games too, though.
He does. Okay.
Yeah.
And the cat, I suppose, comes into this somehow.
Yes, the cat is also named Spider-Man.
Did I know that? Are you playing this?
I beat it, and I'm on New Game Plus already.
I don't know what that means.
That means you beat it and you start it over again with all your upgrades, and you get more upgrades as you go on.
Oh, I just started playing it for like more than 20 minutes last night.
It's
now.
fun.
Is this a situation where you've got costume changes and upgrades and stuff too,
Yes.
or is that not it? Oh, it is.
Actually, you were just on like one of his winter get-ups.
I saw that. Yeah,
that's a costume change.
But that's essentially the suit with a scarf and a hat on. Right?
Yeah, that pulls into the story though. Like those items are from other characters, stuff like that. The cat in the backpack is actually part of one of the costumes that actually has some different upgrades. Like the cat will do attacks while you're attacking, which is really kind of funny. It's pretty great.
Okay. All right. So we got the multiple eyes here. We got the cat, the lightning effects. And so all these accessories, I assume that you pull the feet off and put those socks on, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or I guess they could just go right over the feet, I suppose, if they're
I think they go over. I mean, if I'm just guessing.
I wouldn't trust that, though. Those things will fall apart. Interesting. So do we have a price on this? Is this like in the 240 range?
I'm typing in right now. It's 270 actually.
Oh, wow.
He does come with a lot, but yeah, that's a little
does it
pricier side. I mean, well, in terms of
cat, like $40 right there.
What did you got the Bespin Leia, right, recently? And what did she come with?
Bespin Leia came with a hair, so she's got the hat, and then you can take the hat off, the helmet off, and put the hair on. She doesn't come with weaponry. The Bespin. Oh, the Bespin one. I thought you were talking about the Endor one.
No. I know the Endor comes with a bunch of stuff.
No, the Bespin one came with next to nothing. It came with a stand. They put an extra stand, piece in it because it came with basically nothing.
And how much? Do you remember how much she was?
I don't, but I think it was probably 230, 240, something in there.
Leia.
I could be wrong.
I mean, I'm not trying to like justify their pricing on this, but it just seems to be they're trending upwards. Where if he comes with a bunch of accessories, this is kind of be the.
Do you think there's a premium on the character?
Yes.
Yeah, because actually Leia was only $204.
Oh yeah.
This is a whole $70 more.
Yeah. Compared to, Leia's got soft goods, and they all have soft goods, but like just the cloth and the clothing and the tailoring. I get it, but this suit has got to be more intensive to make and to put together and to clothe the body.
Materials, new body.
So putting it together, I can understand, but is it $70 more than that? I don't know. I got a feeling there's a $10, $15 premium on anything Spider-Man or Iron Man, but that's just me.
Yeah. Actually, funny you say that because I don't remember any Spider-Man. Actually, when I see the price, being like, "Oh, that's a good price." You're right. I think they all are pretty.
Yeah.
Anyone here getting this Miles?
Yeah, is anybody getting Miles?
Yes, TJ?
And yeah.
That seemed like a maybe.
It was me. So like I was only a little bit excited until like I played the game and like, okay, this is really cool. I really like get this.
Yeah, I actually like it.
Look better in the game. Like I actually like playing the game, having him like sitting on a rooftop. I like looked at the suit and I'm like, this suit looks amazing. And I'm like, oh, let me go look at that hot toy again. I went on, I'm like, oh, this doesn't have the same kind of feel as he does in the game. I don't know what that is that's missing for me.
Okay.
But
you know what? When the Spider-Verse figure was announced, like for me, that was like the Miles Morales that like I really needed to have. So when this was announced, I was like, it's it's okay. Like, I'll get it when I get it. Then I played the game and I was like, I think I want this a little bit more than the Spider-Verse figure.
Okay. See, for me, like I played the Spider-Verse costume, Trevor, is also in the game, and it like you could put on a mode on that costume that actually does like the 12 frames a second as well. So it actually looks like it's from the movie.
Okay.
And it looks amazing in the game. And I'm like, that sold me even more of like this is the Miles that I can't wait to have in like hot toy form and everything. So, but I mean, like I kind of want. I have multiple Peters. I might as well get multiple Mileses because I like Miles a lot. I think he's a great character.
Yeah, I do too, and I mean, I haven't played the game Into the Spider-Verse. I want everything from that, and I would just, presume that I'd want the adult, or I guess he's not an adult, but he's a young adult, Miles as well.
16-year-olds
I don't know.
everywhere are cheering for that.
What's that?
I was just saying, 16-year-olds everywhere are cheering for you calling them a young adult.
Yeah, right, exactly. There's another movie coming.
Yep.
And presumably he'll be older, and I don't know if I want to just stick within that, genre of the cartoon look and just wait till there's an older Miles in the cartoon world and wait for that figure, or not. I
Not
don't know.
to jump the gun, but we'll get into a little talking about movies coming out soon.
Yeah.
But it does seem like we're going to be getting glimpses into a lot of different Spider worlds in the upcoming Spider-Man movie. So we might see a live action Miles or something.
You think Miles, really?
I mean,
I don't know if they're going to do that, do you?
If they're touching on everything else Spider-Man, if it's going to be like Doctor Strange just showing him like a wheel of multiple realities and different Spider-Men doing different things, then there's a possibility that one of them would be Miles. Why wouldn't you show Miles in one of them?
I don't know. Maybe I feel like they were jumping the gun in terms of, and then like who's going to be, I mean, it could be anybody under the costume, and you might be right that they show a glimpse. There might be some. Oh, I see what you're saying. So there's some wave of multiverse going on, and all of a sudden there goes Miles flying by or something like that, or there goes Gwen, Spider-Gwen.
The news that came out after like an entire week of this person was confirmed to be in Spider-Man 3. Yeah. This person.
Everybody's in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, it came out that they were all in cameo roles. So it's totally going to be like here we're just looking through the multiverse, and here's maybe like 2 seconds of each person. They're not going to like hanging out together. So I don't think that, there's a good chance we could see like a glimpse of a Miles. So if there's that, then there's onus for them to go off and be like, okay, now here is that live action Miles in his story. Let's tell that story.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I would love that. That would be fantastic. Now, let's save that for the Marvel Star Wars talk later on. Let's just get through this because I have less than zero interest in this, but I know people, like these things, I guess.
I think it's cool.
It is cool. It's really cool. I don't need it in my collection. I would love to be able to play with it and shoot it a couple times and then give it back to whoever paid $260 for it or more.
That's my thought, really, is like I just want to shoot this figure. Honestly, not even Deadpool. I got more excited for the promise of, or the possibility of there being a zombie Spider-Man or a zombie Captain America.
Yes.
Or like the other characters from that series that I read and really enjoyed. But Deadpool wouldn't be the one that I would go with. But I would like to shoot it. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I don't know, TJ. That would be, I mean, I'd be more tempted by the Captain America and maybe Spider-Man than the. I love the Deadpool movies. I think he does a fantastic job with them. They're hilarious.
Yeah.
I just hate Deadpool because I have a visceral hatred for Rob Liefeld. I just.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's why I have a Cable figure, the Marvel Legends, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get another Cable figure. That whole era, it just pisses me off. I don't know why.
I like these characters, but have no relation to what Rob Liefeld did. It's all what other people have done with them since.
I know. Fabian and Senza, I think, was doing Cable after a while, and it was really good. And I did like the character after a while. When you found out who he was and the backstory and everything was cool. I don't know. It's
For me, it was like Cable was amazing in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I loved playing him. He was like ridiculous. He looked super jacked. He had crazy giant guns. Looked really cool. And he was awesome in the cartoon I watched growing up.
Yeah.
You know, I had no relation to Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This, I mean, again, this like the Iron Man is incredibly detailed, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the paint, when you know, I've painted like smaller, like 1/12 like zombie skulls, and it's a lot of work to get it to look right. And then when you've got this type of scale and people are going to be scrutinizing this thing, it's amazing.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that this would cost more or less than Miles Morales?
I would expect it to cost more.
Me
It
too.
doesn't.
And you know
And
what?
yet-
It's the exact same price.
Wow.
And he comes with a whole bunch more.
Way more. He's got extra eyes. He's got this, which I'm assuming is a add-on to the head, or maybe that just is magnetized on either side of it or something. I don't know how
it might
that fits. Or maybe there's holes or something. I don't know. Does it come with that snick effect?
I think he does come with a bunch of effects. I don't
No,
know.
this
That,
is.
like,
Oh yeah, that looks like it's a solid piece.
yeah, that's definitely rare.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my god, where is the oh, here's the collection photo.
Yeah, he's got a squirrel.
Yep, he's got the squirrel. He's got the
He's got the head.
Yep. With it, Headpool also has an articulated jaw, which is kind of shocking for Hot Toys. They don't give their little slug items any.
And now, what's the deal with these eyes? Do we know? I haven't looked at the full set
comes
of
with
things.
3 different.
Oh, they're the eyepieces.
Oh,
right?
eyepieces. Yeah, they don't show as eyepieces in
Okay. Yeah.
this at all.
Oh, interesting. And
Yeah.
that's a backdrop that he comes with. So can he poke through that backdrop? Is that like
yeah.
open?
In the photo, they have him standing in between it.
And this is the same price as Miles?
Yep.
That's really crazy.
It makes you really realize that Miles has a premium price to it.
Yeah, again, I don't think this is going to be a quantity play. Like, I don't see a lot of people ordering this. This is Deadpool fans and or
zombie fans,
or
There's a lot of
the
those.
pool or the Venn diagram pool of both of those people that are going to be ordering this, and that's about it. I don't know.
It's crazy.
So they're not making it up with quantity, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like, it's $270, but we're going to sell thousands of these things.
Yeah, I'd imagine like if I were Hot Toys and I was like parting out Miles and Deadpool and like, okay, what's the run on these? I would say like Deadpool has to be like a third or even less of the size of the run on Miles, right?
Mm-hmm. TJ, what do you think?
No.
He doesn't even care. He was like, no.
That's,
I don't know, man. I think it's fucking creepy.
I'm going to take that as a no.
Fucking creepy ass figure. I don't want it.
You're not going to find a room for this one.
No.
What's crazy to me though is like, okay, so they've done 3 different Deadpools. We have the 2 from the
Dusty
movie,
Deadpool, the regular Deadpool. What else?
Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, and then the Dusty Deadpool 2.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But like, so I thought for sure when I saw this, I'm like, oh, that must just be the first Deadpool. They just like ripped the suit open a little bit, had some stuff kind of like looking out. But when I was like examining that suit, it is entirely brand new and it is like comic accurate. Like that suit is all new too. So it's like everything is brand new on it. Like they weren't.
I don't know. How are they doing those rips?
I don't know.
Like that's got to be either like glazed to the point of solidity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so that you can't flap it around and it tears off in 2 seconds with touching it. Wow. I really can't wait to see a review on that actually because I really like to know what that.
You should buy it and review it, and then send it to me and TJ so we can shoot it. And we'll send it back to you.
I agree.
We should do like a pool. Ooh, like a pool. We could do
a Deadpool. Please move on.
Well, no, a figure pool. We all go in on a figure and we just send it to each other one after another. We shoot it and then we sell it and we recoup whatever we can recoup.
FX Toys Chris in the comments said me and Bioject's photo said that Deadpool and Zombie Iron Man seem like a start of a Marvel zombie line and it would look great with Leon and Claire from Resident Evil. And like that is That is great. Like, and it's funny because
Mhm.
like Biojex Photo, Elliot is like someone who I like instantly when I saw this zombie Deadpool, I'm like, oh, I know for a fact
Yeah.
Elliot would pick this up because like this
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah.
go with his collection. Like you see
Definitely.
him bantering with Nemesis or Tyrant, whichever figure. I think he has both of them from Resident Evil. It's like, yeah, it's perfect for certain collectors and for
Yeah.
those ones.
I would go in on this if there was a 1/12 version of it. It just to me, it's more of something that I want to do a lot of scenery with. I don't know. Then again, the close-ups are going to be cool because there's so much detail in it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, I mean,
I
there is
love zombies. I'm just not that big into the horror
yeah.
genre, so it's just not something I'd pick up for that reason. And again, my problem with Deadpool, I just wouldn't pick it up for that reason. And I love those movies. I love the movies are fantastic.
I'm
Really, really well
super
done.
excited for Deadpool 3. Now they announced it, yes, will be rated R, and
Mhm.
they're working on the script right now, and they're bringing in, I forget what writer. When I read what the writer had done previously, I'm like, oh, this will be great. This is going to be an entirely different voice to it, but it'll be like
Mhm.
perfect for Deadpool. And like he gets to play in the Disney playground because like half the jokes were like about how Fox doesn't want to spend the money and
Yeah.
yada yada yada. And Deadpool, like now he has like unlimited cash flow. Like I wonder what he's gonna like
Mhm.
play with.
Him shooting himself at the end of that was fantastic. It
Yeah.
was really, really good. The whole, I mean, it's brilliantly done. So well done that it doesn't really bother me that the Colossus in there is just a complete dolt. I hate the way they portray Colossus, but
I kind of like it a lot actually. Even though
he's
I love
never
Colossus.
not Colossus, which also bothers me. Like he didn't just hang
Ooh,
around being.
see,
I
that's
think there
also
might have
one
been one period of time where he had to be Colossus for a while,
one of my
but he
things.
would always transform.
One of my problems with the Fox X-Men movies, whenever they had Colossus, was that he like was never in armor unless it was like almost after the fact, and you're like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah,
a
you'd
little
see him
earlier
leaving
on
the room, and you'd see a gleam of metal. Yeah, that was
yeah.
it.
And also, it
I
didn't
know.
have the lines, and it didn't look right, and it was just
Yeah.
like now.
I still don't think the animation is great on that for the amount of money that they're spending on those movies. I think it's okay. I think
The
it could be
Deadpool one.
better. Yeah.
Well, I don't think they spent a lot of money on those movies.
No?
No, I think those were relative. The first one for sure was relatively cheaply made.
Yeah, but special effects wise, I just think even like for this day and age, you can do a lot in your bedroom with special effects to make something
Yeah.
look really good. I think they could do a little bit better job. Matt is on the fence about getting the zombie stank, he says, which yeah, I don't know. But I mean that's tied to the Spider-Man movie, correct? Or
Yes,
am I
that is the
yes.
one from the Mysterio Vision, and I was totally going to get them until I saw the price point that they wanted for no diecast. I'm like, I'm not dropping over $400 on Zombie Iron Man. I don't think. We'll see.
Yeah. Speaking of Iron Man, good segue. Good segue. Mark 21, Midas.
The Midas
I gotta say, I saw this immediately and I was like, oh, that's kind of hot looking, man. Like, I am not, you know me, I'm not an Iron Man guy. I have one now.
It's just the Mark 7 painted gold.
I know, but I can see what happens to people. You know what I mean? Like, oh, but the gold and the different, like he's got the coppery gold and the bright gold. It's a cool color scheme, man. I can't deny. I won't be buying it, but
it looks cool. I agree. But I thought you were talking. It sounded like you were talking yourself into buying it, and I was going to try to be the voice of reason to be like, $405, Trevor.
Thank you, Tom.
Either.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's not happening. But it looks damn cool, man. It looks damn cool. But then, my problem with these things is like, in the comic books, you'd have the stealth suit, which made perfect sense. Like, why are you not always in the stealth suit? You know what I mean? Like, yeah good idea.
Well, he doesn't want to always be in the stealth suit because he likes to show off. He's a
yeah, well, I know that it makes sense with his personality and attitude, I guess. Which this is very Trumpian. Ugh. I just really talked myself out of it. Yeah, I mean, it's cool looking, but yeah, like you said, it's a Mark 7 with painted gold.
That's all it is.
And it doesn't come with a whole hell of a lot either. Look at that. There's almost nothing there.
These die cast, right?
Die cast, yeah.
I mean, you have to
407, huh? Yowza.
405.
Wow. TJ? Weighing in? No.
It doesn't even get like audio for me. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it might, just in case people are just listening to the show and not watching it. It would be nice if we got a little bit of audio from it.
I don't know.
Hey, Nate is here. What's up, Nate? How's it going, man? Yeah, I know. Is it real gold? Yeah, I don't know. That's a standard die-cast Iron Man price, though. So
Actually, they cost a little bit more now.
do they? Okay. All right. This is something that, for the love of God, I don't know why the hell this took so long. So many times I've almost paid upwards of $350 for the sideshow figure, which, quite frankly, might still be worth it. I don't know. This is. I'm so glad that they're doing this, but this is far too clean.
Yeah, he needs
Far
to.
too clean.
Someone needs to toss him down like a cliff or something like that.
I'm not above, and I love to do weathering and stuff and tinker around, but I don't really want to have to take the time to make the thing look like it should have. You know, if they weathered it and it wasn't enough, and I wanted to take the robe and take it off and water treat it and give it a little bit of airbrush or, you know, whatever. But there's nothing here. There's like absolutely nothing on this thing that looks dirty. I mean, this guy just came out of the cleaners, man.
For $250, you shouldn't have to modify your figure.
Fuck no. Hell no. No. There's something off about the face, but I mean, I know this is based on what they did. I mean, they were all different, but I mean, I would have just liked like one that was like a classic.
Yeah.
I know it is the Mandalorian version, so it is what it is. But that's why I feel like maybe I will still go out and buy. And those prices have not gone down. I thought for sure, like, okay, Hot Toys is coming out with this thing. I'm going to go on eBay next week, and all the sideshow figures will be, you know, $200. But they haven't gone down. Because everybody knows. Like, it's you have to change the body, from what I understand, on that sideshow one completely. Because it
really?
sucks. But other than that, like, the soft goods are really good. The sculpt is really nice. So, I don't know. I'm picking it up. I want to.
I think this is another wasted opportunity for them not to have done like a 2-pack or something like that, because like the option to get 2 Tusker Raiders would have been awesome. And you could have made each one a little bit different. One could have had more of the classic look. One could have more of the regular look.
Were there female versions in The Mandalorian in the background?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell either. I didn't look close enough. I got to go back and watch.
I think Steph says that it won't be that clean for long with me. I didn't know he was.
That's true. Yeah. First trip out in the woods.
Yep.
The natural way. Yeah, I'm getting it. It's happening. It's already happened, so it's done.
Oh, you ready to pre-order?
Yeah.
I see, like I want them, but I would want 2, and I don't know if because like that shot looks amazing, and like I don't know.
But they all look exactly the same, and they don't all look exactly the same. There's different placements of the eyes and stuff like that. They just look a little different from person to person.
At least you can remove certain items that they're wearing to make them like look a little bit different.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I feel like just doing some kind of discount for 2 of them together would go a long way for me to wanting to get this, because you need more than one, you know.
Right. And what is the price on this? Do we remember?
$250.
$250. What's that? What is that? A little bowl he's got there? What is that?
Yeah, it's a little bowl.
A little bowl.
Nice little bowl.
Smoke a little. That is that's the thing. The water there. The shit water or whatever.
That's the stuff that they give them in that episode, right? Like around the fire. Yeah.
Right.
I think you skipped over Venom down below. I don't know if you want.
Oh, do we have Venom on here? I didn't realize.
I mean, we should,
Venom.
Right?
Okay. So now this is one of those. This is the like a designer thing, right? Like a vinyl.
No. This is a 1/6 scale figure.
These both are?
No, just the one in the middle. Just Venom.
That's what I mean. I was pointing at the end of that. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see your mouse.
Yeah, I think that's like some hybrid vinyl.
That is their artist mix series. Yada yada.
Wow. I haven't really paid much attention to this because this is another character that I'm like meh about. But damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm this is what I've been telling everybody who's asking me like if I was going to get him. I was like, I'm going to wait till Venom 2 comes out, see if they give him the symbol, and if so, I will wait till that hot toy comes out. But otherwise, he looks so freaking good, just missing the symbol on his chest that like I kind of want this one, and I love all the accessories and everything he comes with, and he looks crazy articulated. He's huge.
True Confession. I've not seen this movie yet.
True Confession, way better than I thought it was going to be in a certain way. It's definitely a great bad movie.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm afraid of. I just don't want to be like DC shit. Like I watch DC stuff that I think sucks, and I don't care. I have no connection to those characters. I have no real love for Harley Quinn or anybody in those except for Batman. But this, I don't. While I don't love the character, it's still like I don't know. I want to see. I love the cohesion, all the stuff that they've talked about yesterday in the investor, and just the way everything's interweaving. God, it's brilliant. I mean, it's really, really brilliant, and I really want to see all this stuff brought in. And I know they've teased it, and they probably will at some point. But I just, I don't want to see it be like some weird thing, and then like, oh, now we got to sort of normalize this and bring it into the MCU, and kind of like Deadpool. Like I could see Deadpool fitting into the MCU to some degree, but I can't see him interacting with, let's say, the Falcon or anything like that. It's going to be a little off, you know what I mean, tone-wise.
Yeah, I mean, I one of my biggest qualms about the Sony stuff mixing with the Marvel stuff is exactly that. It's like the Venom I had been wanting to see in movie form since like the first Spider-Man movie kind of came out, was like the natural progression of Venom kind of going to, which we kind of got in Spider-Man 3, but you could tell that Raimi didn't want to do it, and it got shoehorned in, and it made it
terrible.
It made it worse because that movie was great as a Sandman-centric villain movie. Perfect. Yeah. And if they never brought in the Venom, like the suit leaving him, and it kept him as like evil Spider-Man in the black suit, it probably would have been fine. It was just when it went over and became Venom on his own, it became real bad.
Well, I mean, it's the popularity of the character. They're not going to pass up an opportunity to say, "Guess who's in it, kids?"
Well, right. That was it. It was like I think it was the producers or the studio people were like, it needs to be Venom. Venom has to be the main enemy. And then Raimi was like, no, well, I had this idea for Sandman. That's what we're going to use. So they meshed them together, and it didn't work. So I was kind of worried about that happening to the Disney stuff, because I don't want to see Sony basically strong-arming their agenda, which is very clear when they're doing all these like standalone villain movies that they want to build out their villain universe.
I know. Well, it's one property that they have. So if there isn't a Spider-Man movie, we're sitting on all this IP, it's not making a dime for us. Let's go, Hobgoblin movie, Green Goblin movie, Sinister Six movie.
Hey, that Morbius movie sure is going to be a thing. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, true enough.
I mean, I will tell you, I was blasting Venom the movie before I saw it, and I finally ended up watching it and be like, all right, I'm buckling down for a terrible movie. And maybe because my expectations were so low, I came out enjoying it in a way.
Okay.
But I definitely found certain problems with it, sure. But do I want that to be the Venom in the MCU? No.
No. Yeah.
No.
So how do they reconcile that? I mean, that's a whole other thing. Anyway, you're picking this up, TJ?
Nope.
It's a no from TJ. That's 3 no's.
It looks cool.
It does look cool. What is the articulation? He's got a waist articulation here, huh? He's got an upper torso and a middle body, and so it looks pretty.
It looks like
articulated.
The same kind of articulation that's in Thanos and the Hulk.
Okay, yeah, it does look very much like a Thanos type.
Yeah, he should be the same size as Thanos, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. All right, and what is Venom running us?
405.
405.
He's big. He's huge. He makes more
he's Venom.
A lot, and he's only $30 more. No.
Yeah, true enough.
$130 more. Never mind. My math is bad.
All right, and now for the Hot Toys, piece de resistance, de la resistance, whatever. Wow, didn't see this coming. I don't know why.
Why did I?
We got the reissue of Two-Face, which could have been like, but it was an odd why reissue that?
I thought it was just testing the waters, but he didn't sell out, so I really didn't expect anything else from like the Dark Knight stuff.
Yeah, it's really interesting, especially with a new movie coming out, but there is a delay. But I'm sure they factored this in a year ago, before
Yeah.
all this happened. So this was coming out regardless. Yeah, it's interesting. Who knows? Maybe this is just a Howard thing that he was never satisfied with this or something, right? Who knows? So new face sculpts. I think the whole helmet is a new sculpt.
Well, I know the Bruce
At least
Wayne
the face
head,
inserts are.
the Bruce Wayne head is all new too.
Yeah, all new. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, and the body is apparently all new too, with greater range mobility over the previous DX.
This is my problem. This is why I'm ordering it. I have the original DX, and it's a pain in the ass to pose.
Really?
It's a pain in the ass to pose. The at least mine, the cape, I always struggled to keep it on. I love those eyes. That's great. That is just
So good.
mint. And the helmet. So the helmet is a neck with like the magnetized thing, like I think
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul is. But I think they've strengthened those magnets because it is just the wobbliest.
Oh, is it wobbly? Yeah, that's
it's
kind of what I worried about with Darth Maul, like that polarity just kind of like decreasing or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just, I mean, you could replace magnets, I suppose, but it's just, yeah, it's a nice figure, and I got it next to the Joker, which I'm going to assume that's coming.
He better at this point, because now I'll have Two-Face. Well, I mean, so I have the Dark Knight. My very first Hot Toy was the original Dark Knight before the DX.
Yeah.
So it was like the regular. So this is a huge upgrade for me personally.
Right.
But like I missed out on the Joker because at that point in time, I was not in the place of my job where I could afford multiple Hot Toys and things like that.
Yeah, especially the DX. Yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
How do you not reissue the Joker if you're reissuing Batman and Two-Face? It's the single most customized, redone, copied, ripped off figure, I think, in 1/6 history. It's got.
And I would have said that it must have been something to do with the likeness rights or something, but there's clearly not a problem because there's always statues coming out. There's always something else coming out with that character.
Yeah, there's a new Blitzway statue that looks amazing too.
Yeah, but
that sculpt is just that. I mean, even if I was happy with this one, I'd be buying this just for this sculpt, which is crazy, but it's great.
It's perfect.
I mean, this is, we'll see what the new things come, but I know people there are those who love Batfleck. This is Batman for me, man. These movies were the shit.
I think, well, The Dark Knight was still my personal favorite Batman live action anything.
Mm-hmm.
Is he my favorite Batman live action? Probably not. I actually do like how Ben Affleck portrayed him in BVS, but like just the actor, I didn't like what he was saying. I didn't like what they had him doing. I just liked him playing the dichotomy of Bruce Wayne and Batman. I thought that was kind of cool.
What do you think, TJ? Your favorite? Oh, sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
No, it's all good.
There was more of that.
No,
he's favorite Batman? Who's your favorite Batman?
It's
Batfleck, right?
Between like Ben Affleck, like Adam West, and Michael Keaton.
Yeah, you loved you got a lot of the Batfleck. Right? Did you get a couple of them? Didn't you get the Nightmare one?
No, I didn't get that. I just got the last Justice League and BVS.
Oh, you got the armored one, right?
No, I got the BVS, just a regular BVS and Justice League.
I thought you had like two of these. Okay.
I have two Batflecks as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get any of them. I didn't like those.
I think he looks really like. Also, that's my other thing with the I don't know, what DC Extended Universe, whatever they call the new movies, is the suit was the closest he's ever had to the comic book suit, and that's one of the things I absolutely loved about it. It's like I love the suit from BVS.
I'll give you that. That is, yeah, I do like that about it. I just, he was supposed to be the Dark Knight Returns Batman, beefy Batman, older, little gray hair, touch of gray, and then they half did that one segment of it, and it didn't play well, and that pissed me off. Like, I would have rather just build up to the Dark Knight Returns somehow, you know what I mean? Like, build it up, have a normal movie with them meeting, and becoming sort of we're allies, we don't really like you, and then it blows up later on. You know what I mean? That
They
would be
should
great.
have just done the cartoon World's Finest 2-episode thing in an extended live action version, and it would have been perfect. Because
I got to watch that. I haven't watched that yet.
Oh my god, it makes the perfect sense because you have Batman and Superman coming together because the Joker is planning to attack Metropolis. So that's why Batman goes to Metropolis.
Right.
And so like it actually plays out in a much smarter way than having Gotham City just be across the lake. Which doesn't make any sense.
No,
why is this festering place with like all this crime in Superman's backyard? Like, come on.
Why would anybody be living here? Yeah. You can go to Metropolis. It's right there.
It's right there. It's got a boat. I don't know.
It's like the Twin Cities in Minneapolis or something. It's like St. Paul and.
Yeah, it's so bad. And you could have said
that face is great. I love that.
Oh
face.
Yeah, he made some great faces. Let me tell you.
I mean, the 4 different faceplates are fantastic. Really good. That lippy duck lip thing is just great. Looks really good. The Bat Pod. What do we think about the Bat Pod? Is anybody? You jumped on that, right, Tom?
I would, if they did a 2-pack once again, I would have easily convinced myself that yes, I'm getting the 2-pack. But because it's separate, I'm finding it very easy to talk myself out of needing the Bat Pod. But I do want it in my case. I want it like for display purposes because I really like the look of it. I think he looks awesome on it. Yeah, but Math C Collectibles on Instagram brought up a really good point. He's like, but the knees might have a problem. Like if you leave him posed on that, like what is that going to do to the material of the knees of the suit? Like, oh, that's a good point. I guess you got to pose him standing. It brings up that whole what happens to Hot Toys after you leave them posed.
And it's a space issue. It's that issue, and for photography, you could do some nice tight shots. But like here, when you get out further and you want to do like that street shot, that's going to be one hell of a big diorama.
Yeah, or you just
digital
put it in front of a
background
screen like this.
Yeah, exactly. So for that reason, I'd almost rather get like. Did Mafex put this out with the Bat Pod? Or somebody did. I don't remember who.
What was your question?
Who put this out? Somebody put this out at 1/12 with the Bat Pod. SHF? SHF.
Wait, did someone do a 1/12 version Bat Pod?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's SHF.
I don't know.
It's SHF or Mafex, but I think it's SHF. Yeah, there's been a lot of pictures of that. You haven't seen that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's there's so many Batman pictures.
It's all blurring.
Yeah.
What else do we have for Hot Toys? Is that it for Hot Toys? I think that's pretty much it. For Hot Toys.
That can't be. There's been like so much stuff we could talk
about.
Like,
Batman Returns. Yeah, no, that's all we got down for Hot Toys.
Well, there's been teases of all the stuff from.
All right. Well, we've got teases, I suppose. Oh, wait a minute. For Mandalorian?
Well, Moff Gideon. They teased Moff Gideon.
They did tease Moff Gideon. I don't have that up here. I mean, we could pull it up, but it's literally one picture. I think that's going to be great. If anybody can nail that sculpt, it's going to be them. The statue they did of it looks really, really good. Sideshow.
I didn't think that looked that good, to be honest. The face looked really weird to me.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Let's take a look here.
Yeah.
This is.
I feel like we went like 1 week where it was like a new reveal, like every day from Hot Toys. I feel like we did not cover that.
I'm just catching up. I mean, I'm not going over everything that we haven't gone over for 2 months because I mean everybody's kind of tired of that. I'm sure at this point, but yeah, I mean there were a lot more things obviously that we haven't talked about personally on the show.
I just figured, Hot Toys stuff that we would get excited about. Star Wars, Marvel, yada yada.
I'm surprised. Like I think the heavy infantry is dropping soon. Did I see that?
Yeah. Yes. Heavy infantry, the Mark 85, the Endgame cap.
These are dropping fast, man. That's surprising because this is. I mean, there's nothing pulling from anything else here. You know what I mean? This is all brand new. So that's interesting. I don't know. Maybe they have I think they have that coming soon shit down the bottom here. I neglected to put 1/6. I just want
It's
to see.
fine.
Let me just search for Moff Gideon here. Maybe we'll get
It's
that.
right on the homepage. Well, for me it was.
Oh, was it?
Oh no, sorry, that was the Hot Toys tease.
I've got to tell you, man, I'm digging that character. Yeah, I was the Hot Toys tee, so that's all you get. Wait, is this the statue?
Yeah, that's the statue. Like
Oh,
that
yeah, it
face
is.
did not look good to me.
Yeah, that's a little drawn, right? A little too. Not he's a he's a fit person. It's a little too long, right? It looks like a little elongated. But great character, man. I mean, really, such a perfect casting. And I really liked what they're doing with him. You know what I mean? He could have just been like a Darth Vader clone or something like that. Or, if Thrawn is going to be in there, it could have been something like that. I think they've really given him a good personality. I don't know what his motive is yet, so that's a little disconcerting. But
No one does. They just teased it so far.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but that's it for Hot Toys, man. That's all we had. I mean, if there's anything else anybody wants to me to look at or us to look at, let me know in the comments. I'll pull it up. I'm gonna go quickly to where the hell is it? I pulled up everything beforehand. There we go. Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Mondo. Tom told me about this. I had no idea this was even a thing. This looks awesome.
Yeah, I was pretty into this when this dropped. I don't know. I always like the design of the creature from the Black Lagoon. I think he looks really awesome.
One of this. I mean, it's an impressive costume when you think about the year. The time that this was made. I mean, yeah, I know they were doing the Lon Chaney werewolf and all that stuff, but that's hair on a guy. Like the rubber suit costumes never looked that great, and just the way they did this, it looked really, really good. It was scary as shit, man, when you were a little kid watching this thing.
Yeah.
Even in black and white, and it was an old movie, it was like, this is cool. Just a great design.
Does he only come with comes with two heads, right? This figure?
I think so.
Open mouth, closed mouth.
This is just.
I know.
I mean, it does harken back to the movie because it did look that kind of cheesy in places.
Yeah, so. they went for it at least.
Yeah. And so there's a black and white and a color version of this. The color version is sold out here, but Tom, you said it's still up on Sideshow, right?
It's up on Sideshow, yeah. The black and white is the exclusive version.
I gotta say, the black and white looks really cool. I would just. The only reason I'd want that is to do a black and white photo, and then I could just get the color one, and I don't need to display it in black and white.
I like the idea of displaying it in black and white, but if I shot it, I'd want the color one to shoot. I'm the exact opposite. It's really funny because part of me is like, I don't know if I want to shoot this, but I kind of want it for my shelf, and if I do, I'd want the black and white one. But if I decide to shoot it, I'd be miffed that he was only in black and white.
See, if they were going to do and I'm assuming they may do a set of these, do a Bela Lugosi Dracula, do a Lon Chaney werewolf, all the classic Hammer stuff, and they were all in black and white, I would want that set. You know what I mean? Then I would want them all in black and white because that's going to look great on the shelf. Whereas the color ones will look, oh, okay, those are all monsters that belong together, but they don't have that. I have a black and white Psycho figure that looks. I didn't know what to expect when I got it in hand, and it does look cool when it's painted as if it was a black and white figure. It just looks really, really cool.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wish they'd let you know that the others are coming, because then maybe I would jump on the black and white one.
Yeah. One of my problems though is this kind of just looks like not a quarter scale because he's not that big. But it kind of does just, Mono does these to show the joints, does all that stuff. They don't put the crazy amount of details in there. It kind of just looks like a NECA figure, like their quarter scale line. It looks like that same kind of vein. And those are half the cost. So it's I don't know. There's a lot of things that trip me up about it. I think I told you yesterday, I'm like, I was going to get this. And then I started thinking about what if Mezco does a creature from the Black Lagoon in their horror line?
Which likely. Yeah, likely. Yeah, exactly. I think I would rather have this stuff as 1/12 because I'd love to shoot it. I would not really love to pay $200 for it.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like I don't think I have. No, I don't have any Mondo. But I've picked them up. I've touched them. They do almost feel like a giant size NECA figure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just don't have that tactile feel. They're very, much plastic, jointy.
I have one, I think, of their 6 scale line, and it's just the merman.
And a hard plastic, right? Aren't they? Or
Yeah. It's he has some soft plastic parts that allow for a little bit more range.
Okay.
But then the merman has a lot more detail, comes with like 4 different heads, like a whole bunch of weapons, all this stuff.
The He-Man
Creature
shit
has
looks
like a small fraction of that for the same price, and that's what's
Right.
kind of what tripped me up about it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, again, not to we're gonna come up on it, and then TJ will come alive. But you compare the price to and Mondo's an American company, but I mean, I'm sure they're gonna. Yeah, I'm sure this is all stuff made in Hong Kong, but the price, $175 compared to the price of like say Gimli. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which was like 180.
That's a
and it was
good. That's a
insane.
good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't imagine this is a license that's really expensive at this point, but you never know. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're such classic creatures and everybody wants to do something with them. Maybe it is expensive.
I don't know. I've seen so many companies do like because Mondo's mostly a poster company. That's how like a lot of us know them. I've seen a lot of companies do poster work from the classic monster movies, the Universal monster movies, and it kind of makes me think that license is fairly cheap because it's multiple different galleries doing stuff that they could easily just buy out those licenses to be like, hey, we're gonna do a run of these posters. So,
yeah, yep, exactly. All right, I don't have. You're gonna have to tell me where I'm finding. Well, I'm gonna skip Master Team White Wolf. Who's that?
that is The Witcher. It's Geralt from The Witcher. Team is the name of the company that's doing it, but it's the White Wolf because
White Wolf as the Witcher. Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's unlicensed, but it's on.
Should we talk about it, Tom, or do you think somebody will catch wind
I would
of
love
our
to.
show? I just remember when we were talking about the gun. What was it? The gun? No, Red
Yes,
Dead
but
Redemption.
we shouldn't talk
Which still
about
hasn't
that.
come out, right?
It's due to come out like this month.
If it makes it out.
They keep teasing. I've seen updated photos of it. It looks good,
Okay.
but I don't want to talk about it more because I don't want it to not come out. Dude,
Is it worth talking about this thing?
It's on 1/6 kit. If you just want to go to
okay.
1/6 kit, I don't know if they have all.
That's the only place it's at.
This is literally the only place I've seen it.
Master Team, which I've never even heard of.
Well, they did the first version, which I have, and I like it. So that's why I was like, I'm probably going to get this new one.
Here we go.
But it's the armored.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I've seen this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
first
gotcha,
version, though.
gotcha.
You got to put in the armored version.
Okay, armored. Feel better, TJ?
My
There
wife
we go.
drank the last beer.
Oh, last beer. Oh no.
What?
Yeah,
The last time you get that Christmas stuff, man, forget that.
I don't know. I might just leave. I just call it a night.
Yeah, I mean, this game, I got to tell you, man, I couldn't wait to play this game, and I think we've talked about this on the show before, so I won't go into it in too much detail, but I love the idea of these world things, but I got to the town, and I went to the pub, and the guy, and you told me, Tom, you love that game, the card game, and I'm like, I got to figure out this card game. I don't look. I just want somebody to give me a quest, and I want to go find the thing and fight it. And even if I lose, I just got to find something.
You just got to play the game once, and then you could not play it ever again in that game.
Yeah, but it was like it took me forever to get to that point, and I'm like, okay, I'm talking to this guy. Let me find out what this is about. Ooh, okay, let's play this game. Maybe I'll learn something, and maybe there'll be something he'll tell. Like, and I'm like, no, I just got to learn this card game and play a game within the game.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no.
Multiple nights. I stayed up from like 8 o'clock till like 2 a.m. just playing that freaking card game all night long because it's addicting, and I have sunk hundreds upon hundreds of hours into The Witcher.
Wow. So I finally got to the witch in this town, and she just completely kicked my
Wrecked you?
ass because I wasn't ready and I didn't have all the stuff that I needed. But I just got, I don't know, man. I video games, some of them, I love the idea of the whole world. You can go wherever you want, but sometimes I just need a direction. Like, tell me where to go because I don't have all fucking day to ride.
Well,
my
The
horse
Witcher ain't
around.
for you then, because it is really just you have your one main quest, but the point of The Witcher is explore, and you will stumble upon as you're exploring the craziest shit going on, and then it will take you into this epic quest that you'd never expected to have, and that's what's the magic of it is.
I'm gonna go back and play it. I mean, who knows? Hell knows. Maybe I probably won't. But
Anyway,
I
though,
did. What?
I was gonna say anyway though, the figure is great because he comes
Yeah.
with 2 different heads. It comes with so this is the armored version. It's slightly different variation from the first version that they did. But
This looks like it's not going to move at all, though. No?
What?
This looks like it's not going to move much at all, though.
That's very possible. But I mean, hey, I have the other version that will move, so I could get this
That is
for
some-
the extra 2 heads.
That is some stiff leather right there, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's true.
Looks cool, though. I mean, the details are nice. Even the stitching is really nice.
Yeah, I was impressed with the first version.
Hmm. Yeah, the
So-
sculpt is good. It's a good interpretation. It definitely reminds me of an Asmus type interpretation of, like Devil May Cry or something like that.
Yeah.
Type of thing. It's
I
cool.
also just know, the first one took a lot of people by surprise. It was the first time I know I had ever seen Master Team, their name.
Mhm.
And I was willing to buy anything that had Geralt on it. And this came out, I got it. I was very impressed with the quality of the production version that I got. So when this came out, I wanted to use this space at least to tell people that this is out there. Hey, you might have missed out on the first one that sold out fairly quickly because they didn't produce a lot of it. Here's your chance to go get another one. It's even better of a deal because you're getting multiple heads, multiple different hair looks, this kind of thing.
I'll tell you what, the photography isn't too bad for a
photography's
small
great.
company.
I like it. Yeah.
Definitely passable.
And he comes with extra weapons too. He comes with a crossbow as well. So,
Yeah, I mean, they put it in a good light. It's definitely tempting, and I'm not even, obviously a fan. I love the show. I'm hoping to see that. That's sure that's going to be Hot Toys.
yeah, I hope. I mean, I was talking about this again with Math, and we were talking about how, we would love for Hot Toys to do it because we want to see, they'll do a great Cavill. Actually, this is their chance to finally do a great Cavill, perhaps.
True enough. Yeah.
But I actually prefer Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia more than I prefer him as anything else I've seen him in. So, if I was going to get one Cavill
Totally. Yep. He's great. I mean, he was really good in that role. I really enjoyed it.
I will tell you, there's not a show I think I came out in the past 2-3 years that I was more nervous about going into than The Witcher, and I was really impressed.
Yeah.
So.
It's a weird what's the world, it's not the word I'm looking for, but just the fact that I don't know if it was like this in the game because as I've already described I didn't get very far, but just the fact that the guy's kind of playing like some pop music, as the lutist, you know what I mean? And it's kind of weird. It's kind of like floats between fantasy, medieval, and modern language and attitudes and phrases and things like that. They'll throw stuff out that you're like, what? That's not.
In the game, so the game, they're all derived from the book series, which I never read, so I can't speak to that. But the game is very more classical in that.
Yeah, that's the effect I got from that. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
All right, moving on. Mr. Butcher, you cunts. I love this
Such
guy.
a good show. Such a good show. Season
But,
2 is so good.
Hands down, the best. I think it's the best superhero TV show ever.
I'll go with you on that. I'll throw down. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
TJ?
I'm in.
Yeah? You down? You watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys pre-order this yet? I still have to.
I haven't. I don't know why. I have this aversion to Susu toys, but man, this looks really good, and I'm gonna probably have to order it because God knows when we're gonna get I know we're getting 1/12 versions, and I've seen those, and they're like, eh.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't their site taken down this week?
Which?
Susu? Yeah, I tried to go there, and it's not up anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm afraid of that because like something like this is a
Yep.
property that could really.
Jeff
I mean,
Bezos would definitely come for his money if that's the.
fuck yes, fuck yes. Jeff doesn't let a dime slip through his
No, no,
fingers.
no.
Um,
He's killed like
yeah,
big bookstore chains. He'll take down a tiny little company like this.
exactly. I took out Walden's, motherfucker. Yeah, cunts.
Walden, you go to Walden's? Like that's
Remember,
Barnes and Noble. Go for the big ones. That's what he
well,
went
that
for.
Barnes and Noble's still around, isn't? Oh no,
It is, but barely.
yeah, Borders was the other one.
Borders was the big, yes. Walden Books, which
Um,
then got by Borders, and then yeah.
Right. But this looks damn good, and I love this show, and I hope that they're not because yeah, I mean, like you play around with the old X-Men movies and stuff like that nobody's coming out with 1 6 figures for because nobody would probably buy them aside from a few hundred people. That's all good. What I don't understand, I guess, I don't know. Somebody's probably going to come out with these things legit.
This
Maybe-
does though look really good. Like I will
looks
give them
damn
massive
good.
props. Like the head sculpt looks really good. And I was honestly, I saw this, and I was really thinking of just getting it just for the neck down, and then throwing my money down on the 11 sculpts that he posted,
Oh yeah,
because like those look amazing right now too. And
that paint might be better though. You might get this
Sure.
and be. I don't have any Susu toys, so I
Neither
don't
do
know
I.
what. I've seen some pretty good pictures though. Who's taking pictures of?
Wait,
Who's taking? Was Mark taking pictures of the Quicksilver?
I sent you the Iron Fist last year or 2 years ago.
Yes, that looked
Yeah.
good.
It's got the it looks good. The joints are
Just-
weak on that one.
Yeah, but this head sculpt actually did look good. I haven't
Yeah.
looked at it in a while, but the
What's
paint
that?
looks pretty good. I have to shoot that. I promise you, I would. I
yeah,
will.
it could just be the lighting in this, the photography too, because they definitely go for the lighting for the show. And
Hell yeah, and it's good. I mean, this looks
Yeah.
really good. They've always done some. I mean, again, for a knockoff company, they've done some good photography for their stuff.
Hey, Hot Toys was a knockoff company at one point too.
I
mean,
know this is what I don't understand. Like for something like this, it's not one of the big two's property. Why don't you go for a license and legitimize? You know what I mean? Like go for the
Yeah.
legit, get the license, show them what you can do. Say,
They
look at
don't want to
this.
lose money, I'm sure. They've been selling so much, whatever they've been making, I'm sure, and making pure profit that they don't want to give anybody a license.
I get that it's a model, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose. I mean,
No,
I
I
guess as
totally
long
agree
as you're getting away with it and you haven't
Yeah.
gotten slapped down, then fuck it. I guess just keep
Like,
going for it. But
So right down below there in the same page, you have Robin, and I think if like DC isn't coming for you or Warner Brothers, they probably
yeah.
think they're safe to do whatever they want.
apparently they are. I mean, IPs are just not protected in China. It's just
Yeah.
It's the Wild West. There was a picture. Where did I do this?
Which one?
I don't know where it went.
You're looking for the Noir Spider-Man. He's right there.
Nah, I'm not loving the look of that, man. We talked about
Really?
that on an earlier show, and I'm just not loving the way that looks. And it's
Okay.
stuff like this that pisses me off. This is Redman, I think. They piss me off because they steal custom stuff and just
Oh,
reproduce
so
it.
I've seen that a couple times where like someone posted something where like one company literally just ripped off another figure. It's like, oh, we're making this now.
Yep, totally.
Kinda
And
like-
a lot of it is customs, and you can in customs, like you can, people put together a username on these groups that you order the sculpt from, or hell, I mean, if the sculptor's just selling them to whoever pays them, $80-$90, and they immediately take them over there and they reproduce the clothing. And that Billy the Butcher was I think it was a Cult King CK. Originally, and then other people redid sculpts and things like that, but it's a recast. It's a total recast of the sculpt. They tore apart the clothing. I'm sure the stitching is for shit, but it sucks. They just did another one like this on TNS. Had it's Freddie Mercury. So I literally just got my Freddie Mercury outfit from Yunsel and a sculpt from Rain Man. And suddenly the sculpt isn't recast, luckily, but the clothing is completely just ripped off from that. I mean, they took the patterns and they redid them, and it looks crappy. But anyway, so Mr. Butcher, you getting this?
I want to, yes.
TJ?
Yeah, I can find it. Yeah.
Okay, I have other pictures here. I didn't even think about that to go here. I don't know who this is, but
Doesn't look like there's other pictures. It looks like there's one zoom in blurry
oh,
shot.
apparently not. It said 111. Yeah, okay, that was somebody else's picture. Apparently they ripped off. God, ridiculous. All right. Anyway, there was pictures on Instagram. That's where I got it from. And it's Susu Toys. Oh, this is where I saw that. I was thinking when I'm going through here, and these just happen to be on top of each other. I'm gonna put this out there. Carl Urban, I think, possibly could have been even a better Wolverine. I think he would have been amazing in the role.
For sure. If
I love Hugh Jackman, he's great in it, but I think Carl Urban would make it incredible. If he was a little younger, I would love to see him cast in the new movies. But by the time they're done in 10 years, the guy will be.
I was gonna say, I wonder who they're gonna, because it probably won't go the age range that Carl Urban is in now. Because Carl Urban, man, he's one of those actors that I think like doesn't get as much praise as he deserves. Because I've loved him in everything I've seen him in, and honestly, if he was on his like fourth Dredd movie right now, I would be loving it. Because I love.
Oh my God,
Judge Dredd.
Those Dredd movies. That movie, or the one movie, that was amazing. Man.
It was so good.
I love that movie.
How did that not do gangbusters? I don't know.
I don't know if it was a timing thing. I know Dredd is it's a UK. It's like Doctor Who. If you did a Doctor Who movie over here, it would completely fucking die. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it just is. It has a core group of followers over here, and then it's UK only. But my God, it didn't matter if you even knew who the character was or even read the comics, because it wasn't. It was a good and modern, dark interpretation of the comics, but it wasn't the comics. Didn't have the weirdness of the comics and stuff.
No,
God damn it! That movie was so intense. It was so good.
It was the movie was The Raid, the movie with Judge Dredd dropped in it. That was really what that movie was.
Right, but it did capture what that environment that he lives in from the comic books. It just wasn't as Mobius, weird looking and sort of dated as some of the stuff is, but he was great in that, and he didn't take his helmet off. I loved it, and they've been talking about doing another one for years. Everybody's like, you got to do another one.
There's supposed to be a TV
He's
show.
tried to do it. It's just not. I guess it's not happening. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, he was
the man played Dr. McCoy too, and he was great.
Yep, Dr. McCoy. He was he was in Lord of the Rings. He was great in Lord of the Rings.
Fantastic. Yep.
Anything he's been in. I loved him as Scourge in
Yes. Yeah, you're right, man. He's been in so much stuff, and he does not get credit for that stuff.
I got these in Texas.
What's that?
Anyway, nothing. Continue.
Okay. Star Race. Pretty much knocking this out of the park, man. And this is quite frankly a rarity for them.
There's only one way for them to go with this release.
Every 5 figures is like and this looks damn good, man. This looks really good. This is my friend Waruna Walmarange, I think is how his last name is pronounced.
The guy?
I say my friend, but who sculpted it? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think he did a fantastic job with this thing. This looks like a great set.
The best.
I have no connection. I mean, Harry Potter. I enjoyed the movies.
Yeah, I like them.
Read a couple of the books. Not a huge fan, but I would actually contemplate buying this just because it looks so goddamn cool.
The best praise I can give them with this is when I saw this, I did not think it was Star Ace. I thought it was like Asmus doing the line or something. And I was like, oh, right. Good.
You know what? The thing is, they're another company, and people used to say this about Sideshow, and some people still do, that they do creatures really well. Like, they have a Kong license. They've done... they're doing like the Ray Harryhausen. What is it?
The Cyclops?
No, they haven't done the Cyclops yet. They're doing the what is it? 10,000 BC. Was that what it's called? The dinosaur one. The stop motion dinosaur thing that he did.
I know.
Go back and look at it, but those look good. I mean, all the stuff that they do like that looks good. I thought the Audrey Hepburn that they did looked really good, and then they'll just drop some shit that's just like, what the fuck
most of the normal humans look like monsters, so maybe they're clearly made for monsters. So
I have their Leonidas, which I think is really good. Quite frankly, I think it rivals the Hot Toy. the whole thing is really good. The body's really good. No, TJ.
You got a grunt from TJ, okay? So
Do you have the Star Ace version?
No, but I've seen it. Like I was on the fence. Like I was chasing like a Leonidas figure for like years until finally like on eBay like I found like some seller that was selling a brand new one for like $350, and I was like, all right,
I
like,
remember this.
yeah, let me get this. Like I didn't even know it was like brand new until like I got it. Like I like had to open all the seals.
Wow.
But like I was comparing.
$350.
I wanted to get the Star Ace one because it was much cheaper.
$350 is a good deal for that, though, man. That's a great deal on that.
Crazy. On Star Ace.
I'm not saying it tops it. There are definite things about the Hot Toys that it beats it out. But for them, it's a great figure. And then they went and did Cassiopeia? No, Cassiopeia? Is that her name? His wife.
No,
shit. Anyway, which was awful. It was just awful. Did not look like her at all. And most of the other figures from that just didn't look good either. But this looks great. I mean, again,
all the accessories.
This is the other thing. It just comes with a ton of cool accessories.
What's the price on them?
I don't know. I didn't even bother to put it in the cart. Let's see.
Wait, so are these two different little guys? Or
$159, dude. How can you not?
It's Come very on. Easily. I mean, that's $160, but
but I mean, like, if you were on the fence about just like, hey, it's cool, it would be fun to shoot. It's $160. You know, you turn around, you sell it to somebody for 150, 140. Who cares? This looks great.
Like that's
really good.
The price for Miles Morales like backpack
cap. That's right. That's right.
So, okay, but help me understand. Are you getting both looks with this one figure, or are they two different figures?
Let's find out. That's a good
If it's question. 2 figures?
I think there's 2 heads. There's a twin... Oh, okay. There's a twin pack Verision.
Oh, a Verision? Those are my favorites.
One striped shirt, black chest, pair of black socks. Twin pack version. Okay, we'll have both Gringotts head, Goblin, and Grin Hook costume. So I don't know if I've clicked on the double one or not. Let me see.
Nope, I don't think you did for that.
Okay.
Price or whatever.
Available options: Goblin Normal, Goblin Deluxe, Goblin, and okay, here we go. Here's the twin pack.
Is it $5.99? Is that what I'm seeing there? No.
$5.99. Oh, there you go.
No, plus 99 US.
Oh, okay.
$258.
Yeah.
I mean, still.
Do they come with that desk? Like, what do they come with?
Yeah, it comes with the desk. I think it comes
with
the desk.
The full freaking desk?
Hang on. I could be lying here. Ink pot, wireframe glasses, megaphone, bank stamp, account book, additional keys, Gringotts desk.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't know what the hell you're going to do with that, for any other purpose except for some background furniture, I suppose, or something.
Exactly.
I mean, even like the weight, the little that comes and goes.
Just the scales.
Yeah, the scales are really cool. The keys.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, if you were getting this, as you were saying, just to kind of shoot and then pass on or whatever, it'd be impossible to shoot him without the desk, right? Because he's been behind the desk the entire movie. So,
yeah, true enough. Yeah, true enough.
The other one gets to ride on the little cart with them and whatnot, so he at least has like some if you're looking to do stuff from the film. But the one that's sitting behind the desk.
I just think like lighting this and shooting this, especially with the real hair and everything, and God knows how that's going to come out looking, when you finally get it. But I just think it would be a really cool figure to do some close-ups on, and I don't know. I may just buy it just to shoot and sell. Doesn't fit my collection at all. Just to touch on the other Star Race stuff, though, and we're running. That's only 923.
We're fine. There's a Cyclops. I told you Cyclops.
Still did a great job with this. Oh, they do. Oh, they do have the Cyclops. I didn't see that. That's new. Okay. Yeah, the Ray Harryhausen stuff I think is excellent. I love it. Oh yeah, that's right. They did the 1/6 version of these samurai things too.
That Joker looks really good. I'm very
Joker. I don't think we looked at this. I don't even.
Yeah, we did. We brought it up on a show in the past.
We brought up the Batman, and it didn't look great. Did we bring up the Joker?
Yeah, we did. Like 2 episodes ago. I made sure to bring it up on the show.
Okay. It's a little plasticky looking. I don't know.
I like him. I think he looks great.
It does look nice. The paint looks nice. So there's the Triceratops from 1 million BC, 1 million years BC. Gotta say, and then there's things like this that don't look bad.
It's just soft, but otherwise not bad.
It is soft. Yeah, the paint is a little soft. The jaws.
Maybe that's what I should do with
tough
the
to
hair.
do with it. But it's not bad. Not bad. Really, really not too bad for I'm sure this is like $170 or something like that. So anyway, all right, onward. So that's Star Ice, Green Grots, whatever they are.
Steph agrees that the Green Grots would be cool to shoot.
Right? Yeah, Steph, that's right up your alley, man. You got to get those. Those are awesome.
Trevor likes spending other people's money.
I do. I like to be an enabler. Do I have this up here?
What are you looking for?
I'm just going to get rid of everything that we've been through here so I know what the hell I'm doing here. Green Grots. Oh, that's not. I didn't want to do that. Okay. I didn't want to do that either. Hot Toys. What I'm looking for is not that.
Elves? We haven't talked about the elves yet.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I had those after this, but let's go right to that.
We'll finally perk TJ up. Haven't heard from him all night.
Wake the man up. I don't know much about this. Is this V from Devil May Cry? Is that his name or 5? Okay.
No, it's V. It's V because,
okay.
Spoiler alert, he turns out to be another character who has the first name beginning with the letter V. But
wow,
that's
right.
great.
I'm ready.
Let's go, man. Let's go. So TJ's been waiting for these for so long. He's
forever. So many years ago.
Go ahead.
Maybe 4. When I discovered Aspen, it's like their websites that we're going to be making the heroes, and we're going to be making like the soldier line. So that was my dream when I heard they were going to say do that. The high elves. I pre-ordered 2 of each. The warrior and the archer. The warrior is what's on screen right now. He is, I guess, a swordsman, if you want to describe it that way. The archer is just like a straight-up archer. The warrior comes with a spear, a sword, a shield, which is surprising because I thought they all kind of like rocked the same gear during the.
What do you mean by the same gear?
I thought they all kind of carried like the same like weaponry.
It's like a swap between being shield guys.
There were archers though.
Like, I'm an archer, but like I also have like a spear and a sword.
Oh yeah. Oh, were they ready for basically anything?
I just thought like this was like the coolest look of like the elves in any movie I've ever seen.
They are very, very cool looking. I'm gonna try and find the archer really quick. As far as I know, the Gandalf, the crown version, is coming out relatively soon.
I thought he got delayed.
Again?
I don't know.
I heard it was going to be like in the next few months, the next 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. I heard, like January, February or something.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the archer.
Wait, what is that Nazgul? What are those? It was like egg attacks?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
This looks beautiful, man. Look at that bow. That's so cool. They have it's an incredible look. I mean, this is a great look. Now, I'm a little surprised by $190, but
what were you thinking? Less or more?
Yeah, only because this is not a likeness character. You know what I mean? This isn't like somebody that they have to pay extra for or something, and it may not even be the way it works. And like I think Gimli was like $190, wasn't he, or something like that, or he was under 200.
He was also half the size.
Yeah, but he also, like, what Trevor is saying is absolutely correct. They're paying the likeness rights for the actor's likeness. In this, they don't have to pay that. Yeah. I mean, they are paying likeness rights for the likeness of this character from this movie, but not like the face. It's like
I would have expected like a 252 pack or something like that for these.
Yeah,
I would have been happy to pay.
Yeah, TJ, when you said that they were 190, I was kind of surprised too. I was expecting if you want to do something like this where it is like a builder thing in the scale, I think you do it maybe a little bit less, even if it's like you're not getting as much profit because you're hoping to get someone to buy two or more.
I got no complaints.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
literally
I know you're going to buy them at
your
$250 a
dream
piece.
come true for me.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I'm happy for you, man. I'm going to pick them up, or at least one. I might just pick up a. I didn't get Elron though, and I don't know.
It's all right.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of goes, right? Like when you want
Yeah,
to display it kind of together.
like weird things to that figure, but
Yeah, it's very weird. That's why I didn't pick it up, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta slow down on the Lord of the Rings because like it could happen to me like happens with Star Wars, where I'm picking up characters that I didn't even care for in the
Yeah.
movies.
Plus, we're gonna have that Amazon series pretty soon.
Yeah, yep,
So who knows?
that's gonna be interesting.
this is so happy.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's now the other thing I'm wondering is I'm gonna have to go back and look, but I think they've been working with Pop Toys for clothing for the last 2 or 3. I think
A little bit.
Aragorn is. I'm not sure Gimli was, and maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe that they're outsourcing this now to somebody else, and they have to pay a little premium for that. Maybe that's bouncing up because their clothing used to be beautiful, but who the hell knows who's doing it? Maybe they were. I don't know. Pop
Gotta
Toys
give them
does
props, though,
amazing shit, though. What's
They're,
that?
I like the fact that they actually have the director, the sculptor, the clothing person.
I know, right? It's nice, right? And quite frankly, I didn't know Andy did sculpting. I guess I didn't pay attention to that because I know Andy. Like he's usually the art director on these things, but whether he sculpted other ones, I don't know. But he sculpted this, which is kind of cool. Yeah, they're awesome. Now, did you go with this Aragorn, the new one?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
Yeah. I went for that
I'm
one.
on the fence about that one too. Faramir, I got Faramir, man. Faramir looks really good. Really, I think they did a great job with that. I still would have liked real hair, but I think they did a really nice job.
Is there no rooted option?
No rooted option.
Oh.
No. And no rooted option on this, which
Oh.
I don't know.
It's not the best.
Yeah,
but,
Shand usually does their sculpting. That's right. Yeah.
Like some good lighting can hide all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's with anything though.
Yeah, like right now, me. Sure.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, very happy for you, and those are really cool. But yeah, they're. So I didn't even. I guess I didn't even realize Galadriel was on sale. I don't know why. I think I remember her coming out, but I'm gonna have to pick her up. Definitely want her.
How's that?
As far as I know, they're reissuing. That they told me this now 2 years ago that the Nazgul and I think the horse, which kind of got to have it, are going to be reissued as well. So
that I would be tempted by.
yeah, if they did it better, I have the original one and it's okay, but there's some like really iffy construction points to that, like some glue and stuff that isn't that great.
Yeah, you'd hope that they'd fix that if they had that issue in the previous release.
Yeah, you'd think so. I don't know that I opened this one, but I'm going to look for it right now. I think I was going to look at it on. Does Damn Toys not have a website? Well, I'll just open it up in here.
Ah.
This is the Godfather that I've been waiting a very long time for. This I think looks incredible. I mean,
looks great.
The Hot Toys was the premium cream of the crop. You can't buy that thing for less than $500 or $600 at this point, or more. I've seen it for $800. And it was beautiful. I mean, they did a great sculpt, but it's 12 or 15 years old, I think, at this point. So the sculpting was still a little soft, and the paint was a little soft. I just bought a custom sculpt of this, and I think I'm going to turn around and sell it because I won't sell it until I get this. But this looks incredible, and I bought a Yunsel suit for this, and the tailoring on this looks incredible. Like, this just looks like the consummate Godfather figure, man. This looks amazing. Oh, they actually have it on Toy Arc. I'm going to go there just to see other pictures.
Yeah, they usually have a bunch of pictures.
Do they have? Yeah, there we go. So all these accessories. I mean, this is a $300 figure or a 280. I think it's 288 or something.
Those are great accessories to have, though. I mean, just for
Shit,
photography
yes.
purposes.
Hell yes. And they're accurate. I know that. Oh God, I should know the company because they sent me the Michael Corleone to. It was a knockoff to shoot, and all the accessories were like not even in the movie. Yeah, whatever. But I mean, they got the cognac. It's so good. The cat.
I don't even see
Somebody
it.
said the cat looks a little weird. And nobody's been able to do. Even the Hot Toys cat
One
wasn't that
Six
good.
company do animals right? Because let me tell you, the cat.
Nobody. That's what somebody said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like an alien creature. I'm like, I think it's supposed to actually look like a cat.
That's what somebody said. Like, can nobody do a 1/6 cat because that looks like crap? I don't really care about the cat myself, but I just think this looks fucking awesome.
It does look great.
I'm so excited for this. So excited. And I, like I said, I was gonna put my Yunsel suit up for sale and just keep this. I'm gonna see what it looks like, but I may just do that. And then there's another version which nobody's ever done, and I never thought that they would have. They're also doing. I won't go into it. You can take a look at it yourself on their site, or is this wait a minute, or is this Blitzway? Wait a minute, who's doing this? This is a bust. Damn Toys. This is a bust. This is like real synthetic hair, and this is
There's real cotton balls in that jaw.
There's real cotton balls in the jaw. It's damn amazing looking up close. So here's the old man version, and I think he comes with a couple of different sculpts. At least his eyes look closed.
What's
here.
on the plate? Are those oranges?
Oranges. Yep. Like they're oranges from the garden. Let's see.
Whoa.
Oh, it's on Toy Arc. Let's see.
Wow. Look at that. The stuff he comes with is insane.
What is this? This is the same one.
Yeah, but the pictures might still be on that post. Nope. Oh, you know what? It'll be in the comments. That happens.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So 2 sculpts. He's got the closed eyes, so he can sleep in the chair. He's got the oranges that he picks from the garden. This is just before he.
And he moved from the bottle to.
Spoiler alert. And another cat. Hey, another cat. Great. But yeah, I mean, damn, man, this is nice. Look at the tailoring on that. That looks so good. So happy about this. I may be one of the few, but I'm very, very excited about this.
I think it's great. TJ gets his elves. You get your Godfather. It's perfect. Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. You get your Miles Morales.
I'm not buying Miles Morales.
Oh, Venom. You get your Venom.
I'll probably buy Venom.
Yeah.
And
then I was just going to look up really quickly. Jamie Lannister came out a while ago. Again, another looks great, but you don't know what you're going to end up with type of situation from 3-0.
They've got a couple of things. There's a new figure from Dorohedoro that they've teased, but not a pre-order yet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it on here? No.
Probably not.
I mean, again, these costumes are incredible, and they do a great job with that stuff. It's gotten better too, I think, over the years.
Yep.
But it's great. I mean, they're not. Hey, 189 isn't horrible. It's not bad.
No, that's great, actually.
But I always feel like I need to buy another sculpt for these things eventually. You know what I mean? And that's another $250 on top of this, which just pisses me off at that point.
I was tempted by the new Aria that they're doing.
Oh,
that looks really good.
Really interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, I said to myself, I'm going to allow myself to get 3 figures from Game of Thrones, and I have 2 of them already, and the last one is that Aria. So that Jamie looks great. Honestly,
it does look really good. But again, I've been burned before. You know what I mean? I get this, and then I get it, and it's the flattest of flat paints. There's none of that little nice redness around his cheeks and nose area. It's just garbage.
Yep.
But it does look good, and I have the original Jamie, which is flat and terrible. Clothing's really nice, but I love all these last season costumes, all the black. I mean, it was a little weird that everybody was in black. I don't know if that meant anything, but I would get them, but I don't know. The whole thing just kind of disappointed me, and I
That's
kind of
the thing.
sad.
Like, man, Game of Thrones was like top of the space where everybody was talking about it.
Oh my, everybody.
God, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones. Then the last season, you just watch that like slowly decline until all of a sudden the last like 2 episodes, it was just like wham, dead. No one
Yeah.
talked about it ever again.
My theory on that, and if anybody hasn't seen the whole thing, spoiler alert. In the books are great, and of course there's 2 more to come, which hope to God he finishes them before he keels over.
He's had quarantine to work on them, so let me tell you, he shouldn't.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't. He works on other things. I think he is working on Winds of Winter and the last one. I don't know what that's going to be, but anyway, the books are great. The story's slightly different. Obviously, it goes in a lot more detail in the books and there's a lot more characters, believe it or not. But Bran is still like a little kid. This takes place over the course of like a couple years. You know what I mean? Whereas the show went on for what, 8 years, 9 years?
So he became like a teenager.
Yeah. So like if he was a little kid and they said, you know who should be king? Young Bran. Well, young Bran is like 21 now. Like, fuck him. He's a weirdo. He doesn't say anything. If he was a little kid and all that stuff was happening to him, and he was, the bravery and all the stuff that he went through, it's a different feel, I think, to the whole thing. And I don't even know if that's going to be the ending of the books or not. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be close. But
do you feel like that he took the show as like oh, well, that's what I was gonna do. That didn't turn out so well, so let me change it. Really changes like the last book.
I wonder that. Yeah, I wonder that. I don't know, because I don't think he told them everything, because I don't, honestly, from what I've read, just little interviews with him and people talking about it, I don't think he really had a full on, he's got a map.
Yeah.
But he didn't have it all like, this one's going to happen to this character. It kind of goes by chapter to chapter, like what's going to happen here.
As he's writing them, kind of inform their future. And I think, honestly, the best story
which is nice.
Of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is good.
Which makes it a problem when you have HBO be like, we need to wrap this up. Instead of being like, let's just put it off for like 2 years and then it'll come back and it'll be huge.
This is what irritated me. But, I mean, you never know. Well, it wasn't going to be 2 years because it's going to take him another 8 years to finish the book series. So,
well, then you finish up with the full-length movie. Who gives a shit? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I think they wrapped it. They guessed at, Jon Snow's lineage. And, when he sat down with him, he said, like, see who he can figure out. And they're like, it's so-and-so. And he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, you guys should do it. But I don't know that he ever gave them the ending necessarily that he's going to do. So
that's interesting.
The other thing is, I think in the books, when it ends up, if it even ends up being the same thing, I think it's going to have a different feel to it, quite frankly. But all right, let's move on. Holy shit! This
yesterday was a crazy day.
Fucking A, man.
Day.
Everybody was playing it down. All the YouTube guys were like, well, there's going to be this Disney thing. We're expecting some news, but we're hearing that it's not going to be a whole lot. And fucking A, man. It was everything in that.
Everybody was saying, like, Disney is saying that they're going to blow minds, is what I kept hearing. Like, all. Like,
you kept hearing that?
Yeah.
I kept hearing that they were downplaying. Like, don't expect much. Don't expect much.
The Twitter movie community was talking, like, big game for the past 2 days, being like, they keep saying that they're going to, like, have so much stuff. I'm like, oh, they're going to just reveal one more character for Spider-Man 3 that we didn't know.
Oh, so you thought it was the opposite, that they were talking it up and it was going to be like, ooh, hey, guess what, everybody? There's, Daredevil's going to be in Spider-Man. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it turned out like this. And I'm like,
unfucking believable, man. I mean, do I have the okay, let's start with the Marvel Universe because we're talking about Spider-Man, but Jesus Christ. And Kevin Feige, like, just him introducing all this stuff and talking about it, he was a little dry, but
I didn't watch him.
He's got his shit together, man. It's like everything feeds into everything. And if you watch the presentation that, Miss Marvel is going to be in Captain Marvel, and Hawkeye and She-Hulk are going to play into, he's like, She-Hulk's a lawyer, so you're never going to know who's going to show up, in that movie or in that show. and everything is just going to play into everything else. You know what I mean? It's so good.
I'm so pumped. Like, honestly, I will be completely honest. I think their TV stuff is the stuff I'm most excited about outside of the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Just because I love Doctor Strange, but like, my God, like Disney Plus is gonna hopefully eventually become more than just the Mandalorian app for my TV.
Yeah, I know. It'll be more than paying $10 for the Mandalorian and being able to watch Marvel movies over and over again.
Yeah.
This is what they promised, and I know situations happen, but a lot of this shit should have happened this year. But again, situations happen. You're gonna have to sell me on the Eternals, but I'm into it.
The only thing I could say to sell you on the Eternals is you could have said the same thing about Guardians of the Galaxy to most people.
Oh, totally. It's the same thing. Yeah, totally the same thing. Yeah. And I like the different version of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comic books with the Vance Astro and stuff. But they sold me on it, man. I love that fucking movie.
Oh God, Guardians is it's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Like I love that. Yep. And Eternals, like I've read a bunch of Eternals comics and whatnot, so like I know Icarus and all those characters. Mm-hmm. And I'm intrigued because I never was like, you know what needs to happen? A movie of this. Are you kidding me? It's amazing.
The cosmic and God characters, I never really got into in Marvel.
I was always cosmic, and that's why I
love the Doctor Strange stuff.
Yeah, like cosmic and the weird magic stuff and all that stuff is like my favorite shit. Mm-hmm. And like Eternals is a great place for them to explore, the gods of creation and stuff like that out of the Marvel universe. Like if we see like some of the Celestials, like we saw the floating head of the Celestial in Guardians of the Galaxy, and we got to see one in action destroying like a planet or something like that in Guardians of the Galaxy as well. Yeah. So like we know that they exist, and like the Eternals are like the children of the Celestials kind of. So it'll be very interesting to see.
I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm sure they'll do a great job with it. I'm
excited.
TJ, what are you looking forward to here most? Take your time. What's that?
Falcon Winter Soldier?
Yeah. I wouldn't say like all, but like I guess those are like my 2 favorite characters in the roster.
Yeah.
Right now.
Mm-hmm. That preview of that looked amazing.
Dude,
WandaVision, I think, is going to be just fucking fun and intriguing. I think it's going to be very. It feels to me very much like the Watchmen HBO show. You know what I mean? Like in that vein. Like there's a little bit of comedy to it, but it's going to be really dark.
It's going to be a mind fuck, and I think that's some of my favorite TV stuff. Like I love Twin Peaks and things like that. And I feel like they take a little bit of that and sprinkle in a little bit of Marvel. Like I feel like that's what WandaVision is going to be, and it's going to be. It's funny because like that is coming out the soonest. It's not out of this list of things. It's not the most excited thing I am for, but I feel like it might be one of my favorite things. Like,
I know. I think we're all desperately we give us something like, oh, it's coming out. Like I think that's why I'm really excited about it. And I hope at some point they call her the Scarlet Witch. It would be cool.
I wonder. It'll be interesting. I feel like that'll be the good show to kind of do that.
Everybody else has got a name. Like, why doesn't she have a name?
Yeah. But going back to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and kind of tying this into toys for a second, one of the things when I first watched the trailer for the Winter Soldier and the Falcon show was like, I need a toy of that new Falcon suit. Like that is the Falcon suit from the comics, pretty much done in the MCU style. And like, it's the first time that he looks like he has like a full on hero suit to me.
Yeah, not just some cobbled together military shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm there for it. Like I love the look of it.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not on here, but there's that Visions. Oh no, that's the Star Wars thing.
Star Wars.
Sorry, that's another one. But there wasn't there something else? Oh no, I guess it was What If.
There's a lot of stuff that aren't on this list, like Spider-Man and Black Panther and things like that.
Right, Spider-Man 3, which is going to be insane. So
with Black Panther 2, but they're not recasting T'Challa, so apparently T'Challa is not going to be around.
I said something to somebody today, like they were like, "Well, why can't they just make what's his face?"
Oh,
no,
M'Baku?
No.
Who?
What the hell's his name?
The guy who died?
What? Yeah.
He's dead.
I'm blanking. Yes, but what I said was they're like, well, nobody dies in the comics. They're doing this multiverse thing. He could
True.
be Black Panther in another universe, and they
Right,
could pull
right.
him over or something. You know what I mean?
But
Who knows?
I was talking to somebody earlier, and we were talking about Captain America. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm really excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it's sad because it's just going to be a reminder that Chris Evans is Captain America's dead." And I'm like, "Yeah, but the next phase is all about the multiverse. It's a great time for them to just be like, hey, there's Captain America in another universe. Pull him in. Now we have a new Cap, kind of thing."
Right. Cap is back. True enough. Yeah. I mean, this multiverse thing is going to be crazy. So let's talk about Spider-Man for a minute. Reissue of Tobey Maguire and what's his face?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew
It's possible.
Garfield.
Yeah.
I could totally see that. Why not
it's funny.
capitalize on that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think these days, and it's funny because I think I was in college. I think when Spider-Man came out, I can't remember, but like, there's definitely the generation below us as well, and like that is like they are clamoring for the Tobey Maguire stuff in a way that I'm like, really?
Well, that's me. So it's the generation below you. I like Tobey Maguire. I thought he was my favorite up until the new ones. Andrew Garfield did
like
nothing for
Andrew
me.
Garfield stuff at all, honestly.
No.
I only know one person that does, but you know,
it's going to be fun. I mean, that movie is going to be fun, and the idea that I think I've read some things where they're going to, again, I don't know to spoil, but I mean these are guesses, so they'll be pulling in villains from the different multiverses, like Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2, and so that the Sinister Six will sort of come together, but as villains from other universes that he then calls the other Spider-Men from other universes together to help battle or something like that.
If it was a bait and switch, because the news did come out afterwards that they were just casting cameo roles, but if it was a bait and switch that is not real news, then sure. But like, I think it really is just going to be.
I could see them bait and switch it though. Can't you? At this point, like,
oh yeah, totally. Oh, totally.
Because I mean, they know that they can't stop leaks of like, Andrew Garfield was on set. We saw him. You know, we saw Daredevil on set. You know, he's going to be in it. Like, okay, yeah, but you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know what the extent of it is.
Exactly, and some of it could just be like a quick, like, little flashback, or become a linchpin of the entire story. You know, you never know.
I think you're right. Like, they're probably not going to be major players, but maybe they'll come into a battle or something at the last 15 minutes of the movie or something like that, and have a little more to do than just like, whoa, that was the old Spider-Man right there. And then there's Star Wars, which wasn't quite as, blown away, but still a lot of shit. Stuff that you kind of knew was coming, but I'm really interested in that Visions. I think that's going to be really, really cool. Anime versions. Star Wars. The Bad Batch. I was never really fan of these characters on the Clone Wars, honestly, but the animation looked really good, so
I'll watch it. I mean, I what's funny is I started the trailer, and then I actually stopped watching the trailer. I'm like, I'll just watch this when this comes out. I know I'm going to watch it when it comes out. I don't want to even see the scenes, so I stopped.
Yeah. What pulled you in here, TJ? Have you looked at any of these things or seen any of the trailers for? There wasn't. They cut away from everything, so I guess unless you're an investor, you don't get to see all the. They said they had some Obi-Wan Kenobi behind the scenes. I don't know if that'll come out at some point, but
they put a lot on their Instagram page.
Did they?
Yeah. All the stuff that they cut away from on the main thing, they put like the full versions of whatever they had
of the trailers. Yeah. Or the behind the scenes. They weren't really trailers.
They're all behind. I think for Star Wars, they're all behind the scenes. For Marvel, all the previews are up in full.
Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to the Cassian Andor. I think that's going to be fun.
I don't care about that personally.
No, I think K2SO is coming back at some point.
I like K2SO. I did not find Cassian intriguing whatsoever in Rogue One.
I don't think he was given enough to do. I think he could be a good character, and I love, that's like I love that period of time. So I just love seeing something set in that era. Obi-Wan, I guess, is an event. Lando was a surprise. What is this? Is this Lando, Glover Lando, or is this?
It has to be, right?
Right?
Yeah.
But wait, they teased in the last movie, hey, maybe we'll, with the woman who's undoubtedly his daughter, which hit us over the head with it. Like, really? Hey, let's find out who you are.
Really?
Don't you think that's going to be laid into this?
You think that was his daughter? Like that was really what they were doing with that?
Oh yeah,
Really?
definitely. Yeah.
Seems
She
too.
didn't know her parentage. They came to get why would those two characters have a scene
Why
together at
would
all, you
they
know?
have a scene? I don't know. They're just two characters after like a big war happened. Whatever.
Go back and watch. I mean, I go back and watch it again. I think they were making it very obvious, and everybody said after that that's going to be something that they're going to explore in another show, series, movie, whatever.
I want the. You know what would be great?
I love the Glover Lando. I would love to see that era with that.
They should do a show that's both, where it is
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, here's the current story, but it's most of
Ooh, I
each
like
episode
that.
actually jumping back in time to show
Yeah.
like playing it out.
Yeah, the flashbacks and then current.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. Yeah. TJ? Lando?
Can't wait.
All of these things, right? I mean, pretty much all of these things. I mean, the droid story, I don't know. I don't even know what that's going to be. I can't figure out if that's supposed to be animated or.
C3PO and R2D2 guiding a new character is what the description that I read.
Right, but it was like, is it the actors or the droid and the actor, or is it animated, or is it them talking like they did in the '70s? Like, let's watch a movie, like, and then we'll go to a cartoon or something. I don't know.
I think the one that I'm most excited for, also most nervous for, is the Ahsoka, only because like
Yep.
I know it's going to be following the Rosario Dawson version, which is great.
Mhm.
I loved her on Mandalorian.
Yep.
And I was kind of hoping that she was going to be coming up in Mandalorian more.
Yep.
But I'm just nervous where that direction goes, and if she kind of falls into the whole like Skywalker trap thing, like kind of following that storyline, or they let her like go off and do her own like adventure. Like I know,
Skywalker trap. How? What do you
like I don't know, like I feel like it's interesting because she talked a lot about the stuff that happened in the past, but like she also didn't mention in the Mandalorian how she was ousted from being, a Jedi. She kind of cast away the whole Jedi hood, and she was talking more about her relationship with Anakin during her like scenes there. So I'm kind of worried like she's going to be trapped by the history of the Skywalker stuff, where I would rather her separate and find a whole new storyline to explore. I just feel like the live action it's easy enough for them to be like, let's pull something in from the old stuff to really bring her in and get fans to be like, oh, that's that character from that movie from that time.
I mean, this is Dave Filoni's baby, and I think Dave Filoni is going to be doing exactly that. He did that with the Clone Wars, and he danced around everything that was canon and touched on it. All the main characters got a cameo in there, and yet, it was kind of its own world. It's a big universe, you know what I mean? And she's a Jedi. Well, she's not a Jedi, but she is a Force wielder with a lightsaber or two. That nobody talked about. You know what I mean? So the idea that those people are out there, and really Luke was only the formally trained Jedi from a Jedi master, but there are other people out there who are still using the Force and still wielding lightsabers and stuff
You would
like
actually
that.
think that Ahsoka, being actually someone who trained for a much longer period of time, would be in the situation between her and Luke. She's more of a master than Luke ever.
You'd think. Yeah, really. She had at least, what, 10 seasons of training, and Luke got one movie.
Exactly. And, it wasn't even like he was. How long was he on Dagobah before he was like, I gotta get the hell out of here, kid?
Yeah, really. I'm a little sweaty. I gotta go.
Your swamp kind of smells weird.
I got it. Yeah, Force. Yep, all things surrounding. Yeah, got it. Good.
Ahsoka was like born into that life. Like they made it a point to be like, if you are a Padawan, you are born into being this.
Exactly. So, for me, like the Hot Toys Ahsoka is. They got a sneak preview of that. That is very much a melding, like they kind of did, like Sideshow kind of did with the two Kenobis, just in their own minds with that mythos Kenobi. Because that is very much a live action Ahsoka, like what they've done with the rest of the characters in the Clone Wars and using the actors from the prequels, but not nailed, like not quite nailed. So do you think that's what? I think that's what we're going to get. But I'd almost like to see at this point, like a little bit of a revision and say, Let's make it look like Rosario Dawson.
I just want
Or maybe there's another version of Rosario Dawson because the costume is different. So
I want the Rosario Dawson costume face. Like honestly, like seeing her in Mandalorian made me not want that hot toy because it made me want to wait for them to do. I like the big baggy pants look that
I
she's
know.
rocking.
I
She
know.
looks amazing in that show. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know.
this is the version of the figure that I want. Please make
Yeah.
this, and I'll buy
Yeah.
it.
And you'll get that for sure. That's not.
I
There's
think
no way they're not. They're
Now it's
letting
got
that
her own
go.
show coming out for sure.
Yeah, Lenny said could be Billy D where with Glover where Billy
Same.
tells stories and Glover acts about it. It could be. Yeah, could be.
That'd be interesting.
Ahsoka's looking very World Between Worlds by that logo. Yeah, that does look like one of those portals from Rebels. Yeah, it's a good call. But that
No.
I was wondering about that O.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that could definitely be one of the portals, World Between Worlds. Which, or I don't know, it looks like a symbol. It does sort of look like that, but who knows? The other question there is, again, spoiler alerts if you haven't watched the last 2 episodes of Mando, but like, what are you doing? Or at least the 2 want to go, whatever that was. Wondering if it is going to be Ezra coming through.
They got to follow up with that, right?
Yeah, but I think they're going to follow up with it through this Ahsoka show. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to tie more stuff from Rebels into Mandalorian again, where people are like, because I think a lot of people in that last episode, my wife included, who loves the show, but I have to pause it, or start the show and say, okay, there's going to be this character. All right, let me give you a brief history of the character. I can tell her about it because when you see that character, it's so much more impactful when you know who that character is, and not just, oh, this chick's kind of cool, So.
Or that sometimes is more impactful to some people. Just be like, oh my god, look at this crazy, awesome lightsaber wielding chick that I've never seen before, and she's
it's your first introduction to a cool character, and they gave her a great actress to play her, and she had some cool moves and powers and stuff.
I hope that the Ahsoka show follows the thread that left off in Rebels, where she goes after trying to find Ezra, and maybe we get Sabine as being like the act between the Mandalorian and the Ahsoka show, but the Bo-Katan stuff stays a part of the Mandalorian show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I got really, really into that's my favorite episode this season is the episode with all the Mandalorians kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I am here for this show.
Right.
Oh my god! And now they have Boba Fett as well. Like Jesus, put them all together in one thing. And
well, they did say, and if you didn't, I'm sure you've seen this at this point, but they did say that the Rangers of the New Republic, which I'm assuming is going to be along the lines of what's her name, Cara Dune, type characters, or maybe she'll be part of that and she'll spin off. I don't know.
Yeah, spin her off so I don't have to see her again.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with that character. Not the actress is a whole other thing, but the character is kind of like her, kind of don't. But they did say that the Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka, and the Mandalorian were going to have a big, culminating endgame type thing. I think in 2022.
So they're doing the CW DC TV show stuff.
Wow, that's a lot of acronyms.
Is it?
CW DC TV, yeah. Yeah, kind of, but like the movies, it's kind of the Marvel thing too. They're taking off from that. There's going to be 3 storylines. I think.
I mean, that's where the DC. TV
I think the Rangers will probably move into the Mando stuff a little bit. You know what I mean, and vice versa. And Ahsoka will probably see Bo-Katan at some point. You know what I mean. It'll all culminate into some sort of battle, maybe to regain Mandalore or whatever.
What is the Acolyte?
The Acolyte, I think, I think that's what they tried to do, what Lucas tried to do with the underground sort of seedy underbelly of Star Wars with that show that you can find on YouTube now that they had some clips of that they did previews. It was this city and the stormtroopers were patrolling it, and it was kind of it looked very Blade Runner-y, you know what I mean, but Star Wars. And I think that's kind of what that's like. I think it's the old Republic.
Is it?
I don't know.
Because I was going to say, all this stuff seems to be in the same Mandalorian time frame right now.
I could be wrong. No, I think no, I'm wrong. I'm not. It's not the Old Republic. It's during the original films, I think, and it's just kind of like a seedy underworld of the Star Wars universe.
It's kind of like what I expected Mandalorian to be before it ended up being the Baby Yoda show.
Yeah, it's the Baby Yoda show. But it's fucking great. Come on, that's a fucking great show, man.
Oh, I think that show is one of the best Star Wars things I've ever seen in my entire life. But
Lenny says he thinks it's set in the High Republic, about a Sith.
As opposed to the Low Republic?
Could be right.
What's the High Republic?
I don't know. I thought that was the Old Republic, but
I don't know.
So
Rogue Squadron
for Andor, Rogue One takes top third to fourth spot. Yeah, I think Andor is going to be good, man. I really think that's going to be a good show. I think that's got the opportunity to interact with some stuff from the original trilogy, and I think it's going to take some of those notes the way that the Mandalorian takes some of those notes and doesn't overplay them, but just like it's the thing, it's the guy, it's the place.
Yo, James just got me excited about Acolyte. I'll say, if it has anything to do with Darth Maul, I will be all over that.
Kind of looks like it does. It does look like that, and I was really hoping. What I was disappointed of not seeing was Solo, because I really freaking want Solo, man. And the only other thing I can think of is maybe the Acolyte is that continuation. But it'd be weird to take. Okay, here's Darth Maul. He's the leader of the Hand. Was it the Hand?
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
Right?
And then that becomes the main story. You know what I mean? And whether or not they get, they're not going to get what's her name.
Well, that's what I thought. Like when he said that it might actually be about Maul, I was thinking that maybe it's Maul training Kiara. Well, I forget.
Yeah.
Daenerys.
But do you think they're going to? Yeah, Daenerys, but you think they're going to get her? I mean, she's not doing anything right now, but
exactly. She's not doing
anything. But don't you think they make a bigger deal out of it if that was going to be Ray Park and Daenerys there?
I didn't watch the thing, so I don't know what kind of deal was made.
They said nothing about it. They just said, it's going to be set in the underworld of the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, okay. Sounds interesting.
Last Days of the High Republic for Acolyte, which was right before Phantom Menace. Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Both of you and I were
that could still be Maul. That could still be Maul.
I just want. You know what I want?
Yeah, the Fett show. Yeah, Nate's right. What happened to the Fett show? Because they were talking about spinning off Fett.
Don't spin him off. Keep him on Mandalorian. Boom.
I'd like to see him stay on Mandalorian and just pop in every once in a while or something.
I think he's great with Mando. Like, I like Mando. Like, do not get rid of Mando. But like him and Fett kind of working together has been awesome so far.
Yeah, just I love the character. I love what he does, but I think that character is a main character, and it's going to be. I don't think it's enough to drive a show. I think you're going to have a cast around him that has more personality
to drive a show. And you think that Mandalorian is enough? Like before Mandalorian?
Well, I know but here's the thing: it's kind of the same thing because the Mando is kind of just like he's just being pushed through things. He doesn't really have, he's got a creed. It's the creed. It's the creed. It's the way. It's the way. It's the way. I think they're trying to break him out of that. This last episode, a little bit of that. I think it's starting to crack a little bit, but because of the child. But 2 shows like that with 2 people who are just kind of like, I mean, that's more gruff and more real and more gritty and more. I'd watch it. Fuck, I'd watch the hell out of it. But I don't know.
I think you keep him on Mandalorian or this. I don't want to go into any specifics of the latest episode, but like where we saw Fett last week, at the end of last week, he has Ming Wen with him. Those 2, that's 2. Maybe over the course of the next couple episodes, next season, we see another member kind of join Fett's main crew, and then you go off into a crew. But I wouldn't want to see that because, as you said, it's the same thing as Mandalorian. Might as well just have them working together doing something.
Yeah. So bringing this back to 1/6, not that we don't have to, but what out of these do we want to see? Which is our question of the week. Which one of these? What character out of these that you know of that are, the Bad Batch and or Ahsoka. I mean, it's going to be Ahsoka for everybody in Star Wars, I think.
Now you're getting a lot of people saying Cassian because they never did it.
I want Cassian. Yeah, I want Cassian. I want Cassian. I hopefully he has that classic look that he had in Rogue One. You know, at least for a little while before they change it up, because I really want that figure. So,
me,
but I still really want Rosario Dawson's.
I want the Rosario Dawson Ahsoka as she appeared in the Mandalorian episode. No changes to that costume. It's perfect. Done. Keep it. Lock it.
I have no interest in old Lando. Sorry.
I'm interested in young Lando, though. If you do a young Lando figure,
definitely young Lando.
I would get a Donald.
Absolutely. But again, like maybe that's in development, and it's just something that a placeholder, and it's not going to be happen until 2022. I don't remember what year they said that was coming out. But maybe they just haven't attached, because I mean, if Glover was attached to that, they'd be all over that shit. You know what I mean? They'd be announcing the crap out of the fact
but also,
that it has
if Billy D is attached to it,
Billy D and
they got to worry about the fact that they've lost like 70% of the original cast at this point. So
yeah,
worry.
Billy ain't no spring chicken, man. For sure.
I'd also be interested in seeing what Obi-Wan looks like in the Obi-Wan series. I would get that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's basically you're going to get Obi-Wan with a little bit of gray, you know, in his beard, which as another figure, do I need that? I don't know. Not sure.
Well, I didn't get the one that Sideshow did.
No, me neither.
But I would get that with, Ewan McGregor's look. Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to see us do this conversation with this page. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
well, I passed up on a Scarlet Witch, and I'm really kind of pissed now that you can't even touch that figure.
Yep. That's a hard one to find.
So I want that. You want the Falcon.
I want the Falcon, but also I don't know. So She-Hulk is one of my favorite characters.
That would be.
And
Tatiana Maslany she's so good, man.
Dude, Orphan
so happy
Black
about that.
One of the best shows, and she plays 6 different characters. And I honestly, while watching it, forget that it's the same person.
She didn't win I don't think she won an Emmy, did she?
Blows my mind. She
was up for it 3 times, and she never won. And I'm like, nobody's watching the show. That's why she's not winning, because she was incredible. Every one of those characters had a different personality, a different inflection in their voice, a different mannerism in their body. She's a great actress.
Incredible. The fact that she hasn't become our biggest movie star right now blows my mind.
But I love that she's doing this, and even if the Hulk part of her is going to be CGI for the most part. But I hope
that the Hulk part of her is CGI, because it would be weird if they
went tiny
Lou Ferrigno route. Yeah, she is tiny.
She's tiny. So.
I will say though, there's kind of 2 other things on this page. The What If show is a cartoon, but I will say, if Hot Toys wanted to do a new Uatu figure, I would not be upset, since he is the host of that show.
True enough. Right, true enough.
I would also love if any company decided to do a modern Watcher figure,
and they're doing the zombie storyline in one of those. They showed it, so I'm sure they'll sell a lot of zombie figures after that comes out. TJ, what are you looking forward to here?
TJ's done.
You said Falcon.
No, that's the show he's looking.
No, but you wouldn't want the figure too?
Oh yeah, just those 2.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like definitely need a second job. Coming years.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I am too in a way. I'm not as big a Marvel collector as you guys. So, but what they don't have on here is that, but it's not coming out for 2 years, is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which would be really interesting, because it's going to be they're literally doing the Star Wars thing, where it's sort of the characters come on and they're live, and it's it's going to be really, really interesting.
I'm excited, because also James Gunn is directing that.
I know.
Special, and he pitched that special to them 2 years ago, and they were like, "We'll talk about it," and they're letting him do it.
It's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant.
And there's going to be a Groot TV show too. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Groot isn't on here. Yeah.
There's a couple of things. There's even a Baymax show, Big Hero 6 that's coming out. There's a Buzz Lightyear show.
Alien. Is an FX Alien show that's coming out. That
I
they
figured TJ would be all about that, like more alien stuff.
Yeah, TJ. Holy shit, man! Alien shit.
Why the Last Man? I don't know if anyone read Why the Last Man, but that's going to be a TV show.
I'm actually looking forward to that Shogun. I think that looks pretty cool. I loved Shogun when it was on originally. I know you guys are young, but whatever. Fuck you. What else?
We offended TJ.
I
Apparently,
think
he's done.
I'm looking forward to this Visions. They did a sort of a Mobius-esque add-on to the Blade Runner last movie, and it was like that take on the Blade Runner world, and it was so fucking cool. It was like an anime take on it, and it was great. And I just like as soon as I saw that, I'm like, they should do a whole show, Blade Runner, set in that world with this style that
Explain.
Akira.
I didn't read I knew it's supposed to be like an anthology of shorts, right? That's what Vision.
It's an anthology of shorts done in anime style by Japanese artists, directors. It's all going to be so they're taking
one studio.
What's that?
Multiple studios or one studio?
I think it's multiple studios. I think it's just different people from different. Yeah, I think it's like their takes. So it's an anthology show.
Only like my one concern is like I love the Animatrix because that's the same thing, right? The Animatrix is like the anthology by multiple different anime directors. There's always been like there was like two that I loved, and then the rest were like they're okay.
Sucked. Yeah.
Kind of the same deal with the whatchamacallit. Let's talk about the Blade Runner one. There was like two that I loved, and the rest were like okay.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they're all big.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so too. I don't know if you saw Love and Robots on Netflix, but
I watched a couple of them.
90% of those were fantastic. So if it's anything like that, I'd be happy. That'd be great. All right, kids, let's wrap this shit up. So out of all those new Disney properties, what do you want most as a 1-6 figure? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe. Check out our sister or brother YouTube channels. Star Wars Time, always a good time. Star Wars Time, lots of swearing, lots of Matt getting mad at Star Wars fans. But he's right.
Rightfully so. Yeah, Star Wars
rightfully so. Definitely. You need a kick in the ass sometimes. We all do. Toy Photocast just had a good one with Nose Rain and Plastic Action that I'm like 3/4 of the way through. Check that out and check us out
like 4 months ago, I think, or something.
Yeah, it was on the under the pay thing, and I wasn't a member of the Patreon. Sorry, I should be, but I'm not. Check us out, Exclu Magazine for all the latest news. Iwatu, Capes of Rifles, 1/6 shooter. We'll see you next time. Hopefully a lot sooner this time. Bye.
Boo, 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 boo. Do, 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 do.